good.
Do you think people count as real people? No. Do you
Welcome to the Sense of Liberty podcast.
Wait, ginger people?
No, Jewish people.
No,
Or,
do you think-
wait.
Wait, where's your mind going, bro? What?
Is this not what he said?
That's what you said, ginger, bro. Exposing King Chao.
Welcome back to Sense of Liberty podcast. I'm King Chao. Season 2 is never coming out.
I'm Kaika. I'm a dirty G2 casual, and I totally play Destiny 2 every day. Every day, guys. It's the best game ever.
I'm Sonny, your host with the most. Back at it again with this fucking episode. What is it now? Fucking what? 47?
I don't hate you guys. It was a joke. It was a meme. It was satire.
It was?
Bro, FBI agent. Do not.
Last night you didn't
I
tell
am
me that,
not.
though.
I am not anti-Semitic.
Wait, but
This.
never mind. Anyways, we're gonna skip that part.
Aren't you literally Jewish? Like, let's
Wait,
start with our
he is?
first topic. Yeah.
Aren't you literally disabled?
The fuck?
Aren't you both literally disabled?
Aren't you also literally disabled?
Aren't you actually disabled?
How about we're all disabled in our own way?
I think
That
everyone
statement
in the
is in
world
itself disabled.
All right, let's see which like race group is the most disabled. I think the white people.
No. Okay, if white people were the most disabled, then how did slavery happen? Right? Like,
No, exactly, because they're too disabled to do work.
no. But then they're not disabled enough for like the black people to just rise up, right? Like slave
So
masters
are you saying
were white.
the reason why slavery happened the way it happened is because of black people?
Well,
No, I think because the white people are too disabled.
nah. Okay, I'm saying the most disabled race is probably.
Bro, this is a really bad conversation. I'm gonna be
If we
real.
go modern
Okay,
day,
I got it.
Hispanic
Okay, no,
or,
hear me
like,
out. It's the Native Americans. And
Mm,
I
but they
can
have
back it
casinos.
up. And I can back it up.
No. I think they're pretty good. They're pretty smart, right? They use their reserves to build casinos to make profit.
Okay, facts, but also consider the following. They were too busy. They were too busy killing each other and dying of fucking smallpox to actually keep their continent-sized landmass that was divided among like 500 million, billion, trillion different little like fucking tribes and colonies. And they got conquered in the span of like 50 years. I'm saying that's Rip Bozo. That's just my personal opinion.
So they had, not as good technology as we did. We had guns.
That's skill issue! Make better technology! That's what I'm saying.
Interesting take, King Chao.
I mean, am I wrong? I'm not. I know I'm not.
So you don't like red people, okay?
No, I don't. Well, I'm not even saying that I don't like them. It's just like, if okay.
Do you have any Native American friends? I didn't think so.
I mean, I'm pretty sure.
See, I have black friends, so I am very woke.
Kale is like part Native American.
He's part of everything, dog.
Ah, true. Yeah, he's literally the melting pot.
That's wild.
Melting pot, the person.
I like doxing our friends. Anyways.
I didn't even say his name. Well,
yeah.
Drowsy Masato is actually like what one. One of 1,000
what
Native American.
Bro, who's her face? Elizabeth Warren. Bro, it's Elizabeth Warren.
Drowsy Masato is just like we are the king star. I fucked it up. Just like we are the Keemstar of politics, Drowsy Masato is the Elizabeth Warren of politics.
Exactly.
Do you like ever just think about what you're about to say before you say it? Like,
we are the Keemstar of politics.
Didn't you say the N-word?
What?
Yeah, Keemstar.
Oh, Keemstar? Oh yeah. But like, it's Keemstar.
It was a heated gamer moment. Anyone would do it.
That means we had to say it. Come on, guys.
I mean, that,
team.
If we're gonna be Keemstar, I mean, like
you're right.
We gotta.
I like me some,
bro. I set it up with the fucking soundboard.
Guys, I think the addition of soundboard is in attribution to why Discord always makes the best decisions for their consumers. What do you guys think? So we have one person saying they are a sexually deviant person.
international average of pressure.
Another person saying something that's nonsense. All right, all right.
I'm tempted to just restart.
I'm gonna come.
This episode.
He's gonna come?
Sucks. This episode fucking sucks. Okay.
Speaking of sucking, Joe Biden's presidency.
Ah!
You said sucking, bro.
You know what?
Yeah.
No, just go off.
Sucking,
Just go off. Just go off.
Chao.
Hi guys, it's me. A special little thing, a special little announcement's coming up in is it 4 days? Is it 3?
This is coming out the closet announcement.
It's like I was ever in there, unlike you. Yeah, no, it'll be in there. Cope. Yeah, 4 days, guys. Trust.
What?
A little announcement at the end of the video for what happens in 4 days. Relating to sucking and men. But until then, I think we should talk about
King Chao's going to his first gay bar.
First? Anyways. God. And just stop giggling.
Speaking of gay people, Joe Biden. All right, guys, let's talk about Joe Biden. The weekly Joe Biden slam, which is definitely a weekly occurrence.
Yeah, because we record podcasts weekly. Yeah, sure.
Definitely weekly.
Definitely weekly.
Yeah,
Sunny. Weekly, right? Weekly?
More like monthly, bro. What the fuck?
Fuck you, bro. You can just say yes. You can just nod your head and go along with it. You really had to be
nod my head. We don't have cameras, bro. How are you gonna see that?
I'm bringing us up to
speech.
fucking VTubers, and I'm gonna watch you nod your head along.
How about you watch?
That sounded really weird. Can we just move along? I need to fucking calm down and focus. I need my normal pills.
Normal pills? What does that mean?
That's what the mask is. That's what the point of the mask is.
Is that a dream song? Are you
yes!
singing a dream song?
Okay, Joe Biden.
All right, guys. Joe Biden is not looking hot like Dream. What's basically happening in this? Speaking of Dream, did you guys see his ring?
Politics, and the internet mixing was a mistake. We need to go back. We need to go
back.
Shut up. I want to go back to the time where I could complain about Obama and then have to clarify that it wasn't because he was black.
You're basically illegal immigrant. You don't have rights. You literally don't have rights.
What am I hearing? Bro, it's literally saying if you are illegal immigrant, you have no human rights.
I mean, facts.
Yeah.
Okay. Hear me out, right? Okay. This goes into the King Chao rant of the day, right? Philosophically,
we haven't gone through the weekly Joe Biden slam.
Right.
Speaking of weekly Joe Biden
slam, are natural and are given to people from birth. But rights can also be recognized by nations. And if you immigrate into a country illegally, which is to say you don't integrate and assimilate into the culture and the society of the nation, but you just stealth as a foreign invader from your previous country, in a certain sense, do you carry over the rights from your previous country, or are you in a position where your human rights are not recognized in a moral sense until you integrate with the country, the nation, and the society that you joined?
But hear me out. You'll have more rights than a woman. All right, go on to the Joe Biden.
The duality of soul.
Speaking of the duality of a person,
Joe Biden. My gosh, with these transitions every episode.
Speaking of, we've spent 10 minutes talking about bullshit.
We are the Keemstar of politics. What can I say, bro?
Say it then.
All right, Joe Biden is down 10 points in a recent poll against the most unpopular person in human history, Donald Trump. Now, nobody thought... No.
Go to hell.
Even Hitler has higher approval ratings than fucking Joe Biden at this point. That's saying a lot because Donald Trump is pretty hard to beat.
I mean, to be fair, I mean, that's not really like a valid metric because, I think it's unfair to say that the approval rating for Adolf Hitler's Nazi Germany was democratic and fair.
Okay, look, it's an
I mean, I'd say
exaggeration.
it's fair because he was voted to wasn't
No.
he appointed chancellor?
Well, at one point, but then, no, he wasn't
So-
elected as chancellor. He was appointed.
Exactly, that's why I said appointed.
Yeah, but not by the people.
Well, wasn't he like second?
He was not appointed by the people, guys.
Fumble.
No, but like, wasn't he like second into the
Guys,
to, like, the leadership
what was it? Nazi
polls?
Germany like super heckin' democratic and stuff? Like,
If you really think about it, guys.
just
Speaking.
cut your losses. Cut your
I'm
losses.
joking. All right, guys.
Okay.
Joe Biden's down 10 points, as I mentioned previously. This is kind of a big poll, and a lot of media outlets report on this because Joe Biden has never been this below Donald Trump in any poll conducted. And it's not like this is from a fringe poll. This is from the ABC. This is from ABC and the Washington Post. And they even mentioned in their articles that this is probably an outlier poll, excuse me. And what's reflected in this poll is probably not accurate. But let's just give an idea of what the margin of error is. Most of the time, the margin of error is 2 or 3%. At most, 5%. If we're talking about a 10% lead against another candidate, that means at least 5% of that is free game. So, Joe Biden's in trouble. And it's starting to make sense why the indictments are rolling in from a person that I guess is not super politically active. The reason why they're coming in is because they want to destroy Donald Trump's credibility. And every time more indictments come in, his approval ratings actually decline. So, assuming that these indictments continue up until the election, it might be a competitive race. Another thing to point out, yeah, go for it.
No, I was just gonna say, like, I feel okay. The thing is, right? The I would say the general, like, sort of the left's biggest mistake in the past, like, I'd say, couple of years or so, was turning Trump into a martyr figure, right?
Yes.
Because the thing is, Trump is naturally inflammatory, and I know some people in our audience might disagree with this, but hard to like. I'm not saying that you can't like him. I'm saying it's hard. I'm saying there's a lot of behavior, there's a lot of mannerisms that you have to excuse before you can sort of like justify, oh yeah, I'm a Trump supporter. I like Trump. I like that guy, right? But then it's like, there was a certain amount of that going on with the January 6th protest and, the whole 2020 election, stop the steal, right? That was the beginning, I think, of the Trump martyr narrative. But it was inherently based off of just copes, coping about the election, coping about basically not getting the results they wanted. And so Trump supporters were never going to be able to convince swing voters, centrists, independents, libertarians, and especially not people on the left, that they were anything but sore losers, right? But now Trump's being thrown in prison. Or at least, they're certainly going to try. And when that happens, that actually is sort of grounds for a martyr complex, a victim complex, a I got blighted by the establishment complex. And the thing is, it's sort of, populism on the right wing of politics has always sort of hovered around, all institutions are biased against us. We're the underdog in our own country. And of course, I happen to agree in many situations, in many institutions, especially in academia, the right wing of politics is the underdog. The left wing absolutely is playing home turf, which is weird considering they're also, culturally subverting, but that's besides the point. So going back to Trump for a sec, I don't think anybody actually buys that, the charges that Trump is being faced with are legitimate. Or, even if they might be legitimate, he's being prosecuted on a level that is unseen for presidents and even just for politicians in general. Or, the rich upper class. And it's clear that this is only happening because of bias, because of vested interests to pull Trump down. And that is probably the best way to ensure a Trump victory. It just is. I think a lot of people, honestly, myself included to a certain extent, saw 2020 as Trump's failure. Trump's loss. Which, of course, literally was. He lost the election, right? And, of course, there's a lot of controversy around, mail-in ballots. There was a lot of controversy around, false counting and what essentially amounts to election fraud. But all of that could sort of be dumbed down to, I think it's reasonable to have questions, but the pretty common assumption, or rather not assumption, but conclusion that you could draw from the evidence that was especially done with, background searches of the topic, is that the election wasn't stolen, that Trump just lost. He was less popular. The left in America was more capable of turning people towards anything that wasn't Trump because they had won the optics game on who Trump was and what he stood for. It's what they do. They play optics games. Like, watch any fucking bread super or anybody, in sort of like the leftist politics space on YouTube or just online, the leftist influencers. They all talk about optics. They all talk about how sort of like how they use their platform, how they talk, and how it affects their movement and their political message. It's all about the optics, right? So, no surprise. Of course, that would apply to the election. But all of this is to say, to wrap it up to a conclusionary point, is Trump is now a martyr. It's not that he could become a martyr, it's that he is a martyr. It's over. It's over. It's happened. And that means that anybody who was undecided about Trump, or had questions about the 2020 election, or in general had questions about the trial and the criminal case and the RICO charges against Trump, those people are more likely to come out of this situation siding with Trump than they are with the people who are trying to get him locked up. And that is a recipe for a disaster if what you want is Trump to stay as far away from the Oval Office as possible.
Very true. Now, I think Chao is pointing towards a good idea here. For one thing to mention with all the attacks on Donald Trump is the fact I think it might backfire. Just because if you're being hit with so many attacks and so many indictments, at some point it's just like, okay. And what is another indictment at this point towards Donald Trump? If he's already facing 4 of them, what's the 5th one gonna do? And although he's actually seeing a dip in the poll every time an indictment hits, I'm assuming eventually, because there's just so many, it won't matter.
I think that makes a lot of sense. The other thing is, like, this is very clearly a desperate tactic. Like, it almost kind of seems like a legal criminal version of the Gish Gallop fallacy, which, for those who don't know, is basically like when you make like bad points in arguments and then you back up those bad points by just making up so many other points that the opponent can't logically respond because there's just so much bullshit to sort through that it becomes like overwhelming. And that's what I kind of like think is happening with this whole like Trump case. It's like, we're just gonna attack him from all angles and we're gonna just make it so defending any particular point becomes nigh impossible. And that tactic probably makes a lot of sense for short-term gain of get him into prison ASAP so he's not a threat in the election. But in terms of the actual, I guess, moral or legal legitimacy of the prosecution, that's just kind of non-existent, especially with this tactic.
Yeah. I honestly think it's gonna, at some point, backfire.
I mean, it kind of has to, right? Like, Okay, if it doesn't, that would suggest a lot more about, sort of the state of American politics, that what is essentially a political smear campaign of criminal prosecution could just go unnoticed and nothing would happen. But I don't think that's the case. I think that this is going to result in Trump becoming a martyr and more support going to him. And, whether or not you think that's a good thing, I happen to think it's better than Biden, that's for sure. But, whatever
Fuck Joe Biden.
Real. But, like, whatever you think about that, about, like, sort of why it should or should not be happening, I think we can all kind of agree that it's probably going to happen.
Yeah. At some point, something's got to give, and
yeah,
I think time will tell us that.
The pendulum always swings, old friend.
Indeed.
That's so true.
Yeah, Sonny, you got anything to add to this?
No, I agree with you guys. I feel like eventually, like, that he's gotten how many indictments has he gotten?
4.
4?
Yeah.
I mean, I agree with what Kaika said. Like, what's another one? And like what Chao said, it's literally just gonna eventually it's gonna backfire. It's gonna make him into a martyr. And hell, Civil War, guys, come on, Civil War, take up arms, come on.
Bro, I don't know, man. I personally, I don't think I'm really in the Civil War shape. If you feel me, I don't think I'm in any kind of war shape.
Nah, bro.
Nah, like
the cannonball.
Oh, no cap, bro. I'm the artillery. I like the way you think.
No way. No way.
Man, be carrying our ammo.
That's going in the recording.
Is it coming in the recording?
Yeah. What? That's wild.
Who said anything about coming?
Hey,
you did, bro.
Really? Because I thought it was
not me. You make that noise? Why did you make that noise?
Default noise. Hearing the word "come."
Whoa, guys! Whoa, what's happening?
Alright, let's go to the next.
Yeah, I don't know. Is there anything else we really have to talk about, Byron? Like, I'm so sick of fucking like. We should talk about it. We should keep a pulse on what's going on with the president. But it's like, I don't know how CNN didn't get fucking sick of talking about Trump. It's boring,
We did it for like a year. I don't want to hear it. We talked about Trump.
Okay, well,
every podcast when
we talked about Trump because it was just so easy to cover. I mean, this guy literally made the news. So, yeah, it was pretty easy to talk about Trump. But one last thing before we move on with Joe Biden. There have been reports that allegedly, and I must say alleged, but this is probably going to be true and it's probably going to come out to be correct, that Joe Biden has been using the shorter, in terms of length, stairs on Air Force One when he gets out of the plane. So he has less of a chance to fall and trip. This is coming from a few media outlets.
Bro.
I forget which, but this is widely reported. And apparently Joe Biden is having these sort of physical therapy sessions in the morning. He's doing all these different types of movements to help him improve his balance. But let's remember one thing about Joe Biden. This man is 80 years old. All right. At some point, maneuverability is not your best friend. And if they're taking these type of measures, it's because he's really in the shitter. Public opinion is...
America is your autocracy. We know, bro.
Yeah, well, just saying... I was gonna make a point, like the normal point, where in the first part of this Joe Biden slam, I was basically saying he's really unpopular, and in this next one, I was gonna say how he's gonna mitigate this is to appear less weak. But yeah. Anyways,
well, yeah,
that's just it with Joe Biden.
That sort of gets back into the whole like optics conversation because for most leftists, I think nowadays it's more about how they appear than the actual ideas that they spread, because they, I think, on some level fundamentally understand that their ideas are radically unpopular. Shit. I happen to think they're dog shit, but for this you kind of sort of come from their perspective, because like you got to understand what's going on in their head,
Exactly.
Or at least
no, I'm okay.
But like as Benchmade he always suggests like look at sources from the other side so you can fully understand both sides and you can pick which one you agree with more.
Centrism detected.
Bro,
That's
all I'm
actually
saying
kind of true.
we need to get these old fucks out of office, bro.
Honestly, okay.
It's Joe Biden and Mitch McConnell, bro. Get both of them out of here, bro.
Bro, why the fuck is Mitch still running? Dude, I don't think the Republican Party got the memo that once Trump took office, the Republican Party will never be the same ever again. Neocons are dead. It's over.
Oh, this guy out of here, bro. This is literally freezing every question, bro. Send me a stroke, bro. Get him out. Go retire, bro. Go retire in your fucking $5 billion house, bro. Ain't no way. Get
Yeah,
out of
the
here.
corruption thing is still not like over with Joe Biden. This is just a little side thing. Recently, it was actually discovered that Joe Biden was directly benefiting from Hunter Biden's business dealings, by proxy of when Hunter Biden was receiving, or when these giant lump sum payments, this is the better way to put it, were being received, the beneficiary address was Joe Biden's home. So there's not a lot to really derive from that. And in Hunter Biden's memoir, he actually revealed that he wasn't living with Joe Biden during the time this money was received.
Well,
So
I mean that's what I was gonna ask. Is like maybe they just like live together. Like that was his
No.
secondary address, but
I mean, it's probably a secondary address because he was on a crack bench at the time. But
yeah.
he wasn't living with Joe Biden at the time. You know what I mean? So there's definitely some questions to be made over there. But the left will downplay as per usual because they really don't have anyone better than Joe Biden, which is kind of sad.
Yeah, but this sort of brings me to like sort of like another like sort of takeaway. I've been thinking about this for a little while. It's hard to conceptualize, I think, how politics, especially like with the internet, kind of work. But I don't think it's just echo chambers, because that absolutely does exist, right? Don't get me wrong, but it's more than that. I think it's specifically that I think it's possible that many on the left just don't ever hear about stories that their media sources don't cover.
True.
I just think it doesn't happen, and it's not like they're actively avoiding the facts, right? I just don't think the facts ever make it to them, and that's why media bias is like a serious problem. Is because like if people rely on, let's say, MSNBC or CNN for all of their news and all of their information, like they're just screwed, right? Whenever a story comes up that CNN or MSNBC find politically inconvenient to cover, all of those people don't hear about it. And
yeah.
I think a lesser thing is going on in the same vein in the right, but again, there's sort of like that like underdog like narrative kind of thing. Right wingers I've noticed, especially sort of like center right or sort of like independents who have been sort of shifted to the right because of the left's radicalism. Those people are a lot more likely to sort of the common right wing sort of sort of like tagline or trope is do your own research. And it's because if all of the mainstream media, well, not all of it, but most of it, is turned explicitly towards left-wing sources, then the right wing has to find, sort of less mainstream, more niche sources for information. And that naturally implies a certain level of, yes, it's stuff like crackpot theories, but it's also the sources that sort of both sides don't want people seeing. And that's why I think I sort of inherently trust somebody who is, I guess, like sort of apolitical, or I mean, obviously I'd probably just use somebody who's like a little more like libertarian or whatever, because they obviously just agree with me, and that's just monkey see monkey do, but also somebody who is like generally like like center right. I don't know if I'd trust somebody who was like, you know, sort of very general right wing Christian conservative kind of type with this in particular. But I guess just like well-roundedness in information and media, you know, looking for all of the information and being able to sort of accept and internalize where, you know, the political framework doesn't really stretch out to all ends.
Yeah.
And that's not me saying be a centrist, believe in nothing. And that's just me saying, you know, nobody's beliefs are perfect, and you gotta go into politics knowing that and accepting that, you know?
Alrighty.
You fucking suck at this. Here, let me do it. So the thing is, right? What about mainstream media can I think of that is the most defining thing other than the very obvious center-left sort of political bias? Virtue signaling. Let's talk about some virtue signaling, but not our virtue signaling. Let's go up north. Let's see what the fucking the maple syrup, ice hockey, fucking elk, snow, maple leaf people are doing.
Okay. I think this is honestly the worst case of virtue signaling I've ever seen in my life.
That is a high bar.
It's a very high bar, but I think you'll understand what I mean.
All right, go off.
When I actually start talking about this topic. This is ridiculous. So Canada, which by the way, let me just preface this. My views are as follows. We should invade our neighbors to the north. Anyway.
Okay, no, based. I completely agree with this. Greater America. We take Canada, we take Mexico. We build.
Wait, whoa,
like Mexico,
whoa.
like we don't need those guys. But like
no.
Canada,
Hear me out though. Hear me out.
Okay,
no, I'm hearing you. But here's the thing, right?
Yeah.
Invading Canada and Mexico would both hurt the U.S. because Canada would bring in their cringe socialist policies, and Mexico would bring in their fucking corruption and drug.
Not if we oppress them.
Okay.
What?
No, but what I'm saying is, we would be stronger if we owned the entirety of the North American continent. I'm just saying. Russia and China, they wouldn't look up to that. They would not try to fight a united North. I'm just saying. We could put our differences aside. Forget the border wall. Hell, we'll build a border wall on Mexico's southern border. Fuck it. Keep the South Americans out. Keep the Central Americans out. I don't give a fuck. All right. That's what I'm saying. That's what I'm cooking.
Way.
I'm saying the Mexican immigrants are now the American citizens. No more illegals. You're all one of us.
Well, it's still gonna be illegals, like from Salvador.
That's when we built the fucking border wall on Mexico's southern border.
Well, there's a wall right now.
No. Bigger. Wall just got 10 feet taller.
Wait.
Wall just got 10 feet taller. Okay.
Wait, what did you say? What?
Yeah, screw them.
Okay.
Wait.
Hear me out, right? Okay. If we took all of Canada and all of Mexico, think about it like this, okay? Alaska, you wouldn't have to cross through Canada to get to Alaska on land. You could just go up to Alaska, right? Okay, global warming. Okay, climate change. Do you want to know what place is getting actively helped by climate change? Canada, because there's so much shit that is frozen. That could be America. What if there's oil? What if there's oil in Canada? I'm saying we go out to the ice sheets in Canada and we go get some democracy. I mean, some oil. I mean, some democracy.
Now that you've said oil, oh man, America's now all over that shit,
hear
bro.
me out, right? Okay. And then here's the thing, right? We literally have united in the name. Let's go unite Canada and Mexico into the best country on earth. We make it 3 times bigger. We solve the border problem. Okay, because the thing is, the border between Mexico and the countries below it is smaller than the border between Mexico and the United States. It'll be literally cheaper, and we can make the South Americans pay for it. I'm just saying. I'm just spitballing. This could work. This could work. Okay? Imagine the kind of power that we could have. Okay, imagine for a second. You want to solve Mexican drug cartels? American police. What do American police love to do with minorities? I'm just saying. Let me cook.
What?
Okay? We could solve all of Canada and Mexico's problems.
No, we can't.
Erasing Canada and Mexico and making them part of us. Us! US! USA! 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 Come on, share with me! USA! USA! Come on! I'm cooking, right?
He is cooking. It would just take some time to, like, do all that changes
Okay,
and stuff.
let me tell you something. Let me tell you something. Why would Mexico resist? They already want to get into America anyway. We're just expanding the border around them. I think that's a perfect example for that. And then for Canada, most people in the US, most of like the sort of like the rich, white liberal, people, they already want to leave to Canada. Guess what? Now you can leave to Canada and still be in America. It's perfect for everyone.
All right, hear me out. This may sound like a crazy idea.
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
But let's talk about this next topic.
No. Okay, I do not want to talk about this topic until I get your guys' agreement and approval.
Yeah,
we need to invade
I agree.
Mexico.
I totally agree.
I agree.
Before even hearing your argument, I agree.
I agree.
Are you sure?
I agree.
Yeah.
I agree.
I told you we should invade our neighbors to the north.
And south.
Wait, is the person like they have a prime minister, right?
Yeah,
Is
his name is
it the
Justin
same guy
Trudeau.
who like
Yeah,
blackfaced?
fucking Justin Trudeau. Yeah.
Is it the same guy who blackfaced?
Yeah. That's him.
Yeah, all right, I like that guy. All right, let's go to next topic.
That's what I'm saying. Okay.
All right. No, this is actually an important topic.
But let's hear about this
All our
golden
topics are
example
important,
of
Kaika.
Canadian virtue signal.
All right. So, in Canada, they're really dedicated to the war in Ukraine. You know what I mean, guys? Like, they're really dedicated, and they really are on the side of Ukraine, and they're really woke, and they really love all people, and they really hate oppressors like the Nazis.
How much?
You know
How
what I
much
mean?
do you want to? No. Nah. You are wild. Okay. He just pasted the fucking N-word into the script.
No, he didn't.
What? No, I didn't.
Yeah, he did.
All right.
Oh, God,
All
All
right,
right, restart this, guys.
No. Okay, just keep going. Okay, so the thing is, right? Canada says that they're woke, right? Canada says that. Shut the fuck up. I'm done. You're getting blocked, bro. You're done.
Guys. Bro. If somebody finds this, we're fucked.
Not me, bro. I didn't put that time was not me.
All right, I just want to point out, if somebody finds soul number 47 script, some hacker finds this shit, just know, all that shit that's being typed in that's really wild is not from me or King Chao.
That's bullshit. It
Thank
literally
you.
says
Thank you.
Chao.
It's a sense of
Thank
liberty.
you for exonerating me.
Skinny Cockeye is on the
Wait. What did you
account.
say? What did you say?
Sonny Cockeye.
That is
Why are you
not his
so
name.
bro?
That is not his name.
Bro? You're so gay, bro. You
Oh, my bad. Sonny wants cock in his eye.
What?
Bro, what kind of kinky stuff are you into,
Bro,
Kaika, bro?
I feel like that would hurt. No, okay.
No shit, Sherlock.
Okay.
Yeah.
Enough from the clown. Okay.
All right, guys.
So,
Let's continue.
okay.
This is important.
So the thing is, right? I was gonna say, Canada loves to virtue signal, but how much money have they given? How much equipment have they given? I'm saying, America, we've done our fair share. I think we're done.
We've done too much. Fuck those Ukrainians, bro.
Oh,
Honestly.
Okay.
Like,
I'm not gonna say that. I'm not gonna say that.
By giving all that money to Ukraine, we didn't have to do that.
I mean, okay, I kind of agree, but Biden would have wasted the money anyway. I don't know. I'm ambivalent about it, to be honest.
But we would have clowned them for that too. Like, I'm gonna climb either way.
This is my opinion on the war in Ukraine. I think early on I was kind of hesitant as to why we're giving Ukraine so much money, especially since it's a very corrupt country. Now I'm kind of like, okay, well, we're spending this money, and this money is humiliating the Russian government and by all accounts weakening it to the point where they're not the second most powerful military in the world anymore.
Yeah.
And I'm like, okay, I mean, look, we spent trillions of dollars in the Middle East, and for the price of about $250 billion, which is a lot, we have basically single-handedly destroyed the Russian government by not even laying a finger in Ukraine. And that's not a horrible trade-off.
I will say the thing is, the abilities for us to test our American military equipment in a proxy war that isn't endangering American civilians is like, it's huge. It is truly huge. It is a huge benefit for America. And the other thing that you need to consider is that I think we can all agree that no matter what sort of reservations we have about maybe, you know, Ukraine, the one thing that I hope we can all agree on is that Russia is way worse.
I don't know, man. Under Trump's rule, this wouldn't have happened. All I'm saying.
Okay, nobody's arguing
I
that.
agree.
I
agree. Well,
if we waited for Trump to come back into office, then boom, this would have been solved.
No, I don't agree with that because Ukraine would probably be taken by now. I don't believe they probably would have lasted this long if it weren't for our intervention. And that's not necessarily to downplay the efforts of the Ukrainian military, because they're fucking whooping Russia like bad, right? But the thing is, the Ukraine is a smaller country, it is a newer country, and it has a military population.
Newer is relative. Newer by like a couple of, at most a year.
Well, newer than Russia?
Yeah, Russia was not a country until the Soviet Union dissolved.
That's not true.
It was a province.
What?
Yeah. Soviet Union was a country.
Yeah, tell him, Kaika. Tell him, Ukrainian.
So by technicality, that's not exactly true, but I got what you're saying.
Okay, but wait, okay, whatever. But like, Russia's existed for longer than that, even if it wasn't. Wait, you're telling me that Russia wasn't its own continent in World War One?
Brother.
In World War One.
Yes. Wait, World War One. I mean, when was the Soviet Union established?
Yeah.
World War Two. There's no fucking way you're real.
Wait, are you talking about? Wait. I thought you were talking about, brother.
You said that Russia did not exist until the collapse of the Soviet Union.
Yeah.
I'm saying, did
modern day Russia? You think the Russian ideas of military continued from World War I politics all the way up to today?
What? No, I'm saying that Russia as a country continued from World War I to today. And you're saying no, it's just a province.
It was a province.
I'm losing it, bruh. Russia existed in World War I, correct?
Yeah, but then it stopped.
But then it resumed again. You're fucking retarded.
Yeah, but it's not like they were Chao. They were not okay. Nukes were not invented during World War I time. No weapons.
I never brought up nukes. No,
I'm just saying strategically it doesn't make sense.
Not once in this conversation.
Chao.
You said
strategically it doesn't make sense.
You said that Russia as a country was formed post USSR.
Yeah,
I'm saying, Russia. What the fuck does
Russia, as we know it today, was formed after the Soviet Union dissolved. I don't know what's so controversial about
that. Ukraine
also
was created post Soviet Union.
Like
Russia
Russia
was not.
Yes,
Russia existed before the Soviet Union.
I mean, I guess, but listen.
Okay, let me ask you a question. Why would it be called the Soviet Union if it was not a union of Soviet states? I'm gonna put a bullet in my brain. He's too dumb. I can't.
Chow. Russia
I am
in the Soviet
I
Union
am teaching the
was-
disabled.
Chow. Russia in the Soviet Union was the equivalent of Ukraine in the Soviet Union. You understand that?
No. What
It's
the
not
fuck
its
do
own
you
country.
mean?
Chow, that's like saying California
Do I
is its
do I
own
have to
country in
pull
the
up?
United States.
Do I have to pull
If
up
you
the
really
fucking
think about this,
MS Paint?
Yeah, go for it.
I can't wait to see this in TikTok.
This guy, okay, Chow. That's like saying California is its own country in the United States. That doesn't make any sense.
Whoa.
Just because California existed because before the United States took it over doesn't mean it was its own modern day country.
Okay.
Like, I don't.
Okay, you know what? Since you're such an expert, what
I'm not an
was
expert, bro.
what was Russia before the Soviet Union?
Chow, do you think the Russian ammunition, weapons, nukes, which didn't
What
exist?
the fuck? I'm not
So
talking about any of that shit. I'm
So why
talking
is it
about the
relevant that-
country. I'm talking about the
Chow,
nation. I'm talking
I said-
about the
Chow,
title and the flag
Chow,
of Russia.
Chow,
Referring
I
to
said
the
an
nation
objective
and the ethnicity
statement
and the territory and the society.
I said an objective statement, and you're fighting to the death about this objective statement. Russia was formed after the Soviet Union dissolved. I don't know what's wrong with that statement.
I'm googling this. There's no fucking way
Go
you're
for it. Go for it.
I can't wait for the TikTok of this.
Was Russia created after the Soviet Union collapsed? The modern history of Russia began with the Russian Republic of the Soviet Union and became more political and blah 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 1988. Okay, what about so it says post-Soviet Russia. That implies there was a pre-Soviet Russia. When did Russia come into existence? The Russian
Russia
Empire.
was a country.
1721.
Chow,
1721.
You're not listening to me. Modern day Russia was created after the Soviet Union collapsed.
100 years, 250 years before the Soviet Union.
Chow, you're pretending
200,
like Russia 250 years ago has any impact on modern day Russia today. Soviet Union.
I think this we're reaching new grounds of just pure unbridled stupidity. Okay, is the US when it was a bunch of British colonies in fucking 1776 when it became its own country? Does that have any relevance on the modern United States of today?
Chow, and this is actually quite indicative of your lack of knowledge of the region. If you think that Vladimir Putin is more influenced than Alexander the First from 250 years ago in the Russian Federation, then by the way, this guy was a KGB agent, then the Soviet Union, you've got something else coming to you. Vladimir Putin is more influenced by Soviet politics than the empire of Russia.
Did I ever bring up Putin?
Well, who's running Russia?
Right now? Yeah, Vladimir Putin. But the Russian Empire was run by the Tsar.
The Russian Empire has no influence on modern day Russia today. Zero.
Sonny.
George Washington has a lot of influence.
You need to pull me out. You need to end the fight. This is going nowhere.
Monkey. Ooh.
Objective statements.
Okay.
All right. Shut up, both of you. All right, let's go back to the Canadian fucks. How did me talking about Ukraine being shit go into this YouTube being stupid as fuck? All right.
Okay.
Fucking virtue signaling or the original fucking topic before you both blow my brains out.
All right.
Kaika. We agree that the old Russia and new Russia have very little to do with each other. But we can also agree that Russia as a country was created in the 2nd of November of 1721.
All right, hear me out.
Not!
Hear me out. It's like New Year's, right? New Year, new me. Chow. Come on, New Year, new me.
No,
yeah, exactly.
Chow, you're missing the point. You're missing the point
I'm not
of what
missing
I'm
the
saying.
point. You're missing the factual arguments. Okay.
Chow, you were okay. No. Let me say this because you had your time.
All right.
You were saying that Russia is a much older country than Ukraine, I'm saying in the modern context of these nations, Russia is just as new as
I have
Ukraine.
no idea.
Okay, you know what? Fine. When was Ukraine founded? August 24th, 1991.
Yes.
Wait, what the fuck? wait, hold on.
So it's 2 years.
Russia says it was founded in December 25th, 1990. What
No,
the fuck? That doesn't make any sense!
bro.
That doesn't make any fucking sense! What the fuck?
Oh my god, this guy doesn't know anything about the region.
I don't either. Don't worry, Chao. I don't either.
Okay, look. I mean, honestly, okay. To be fair, when did I ever say that I knew jack shit about geopol?
So we've had this retarded ass conversation for like 20 minutes, and at the end you're like, "Oh my god!"
It took 2 Google searches. That was it. We could have avoided this whole fucking argument. Holy shit, I'm retarded. Okay. So there was a country in the region called Russia, called the Russian Empire. That has nothing to do with Russia, the country, which was created in the 90s.
But you don't know that?
What the fuck? I don't get it. I don't get it. I don't get it at all. Okay, the thing is, right? Most countries are old. Most countries are very, very old. And they go through evolutions and changes, right? Even if new leaders, come and go, even if new regimes come and go, the thing is the country stays the same. But what this is telling me, what you're telling me, is that Russia and the Russian Empire are not the same country. There is no through line. Even though they have overlapping territories, even though they presumably have overlapping ethnicities, even though they were both relevant in their respective wars, World War I and World War II. What the fuck? I don't get it. I don't get it. They even have the same fucking capital. Like,
okay, well, to be fair, that's because a guy named Lenin just came out and did a whole number on the Russian Federation.
I know who Lenin is. I know about the Soviet Communist Revolution.
Yeah. That's all Lenin's fault, by the way.
What the fuck? Okay, that. Ugh. This seems like such an actually, but the fact that I didn't know it to begin with it's kind of embarrassing, not gonna lie.
It's not embarrassing.
It's a little embarrassing. All right. All right. Okay. Guys, we resolved the argument. We can finally watch the clip.
Oh my god! No. We have to give context. We haven't given context yet.
What fucking context?
There's a lot of context. So Ukraine has a parliament, guys. And in this parliament, they were basically praising of Volodymyr Zelensky, which is the president of Ukraine. And in this parliament, they gave praise to a former soldier that fought the Russians in World War II. But there's one problem. I mean, a lot of people fought the Russians in World War II, and I'm not going to give away who actually was one of those groups, but let's just watch this clip, and then I'll give you the reveal. Let's see if you guys can figure it out.
Zelensky's speech received at least a dozen standing ovations. There was also one for this man, a 98-year-old Ukrainian Canadian who fought for Ukrainian independence against the Russians during the Second World War.
Wait, so what is this?
Okay, so you watch the clip, and you're kind of confused, right? Because it's like, oh, they're giving praise to Zelensky, blah blah blah. All right, that's normal. And then there's this guy at the very end, and you're like, oh, he's just a fighter. I mean, doesn't really fucking matter. I mean, who cares if he's getting an ovation? But this guy was a Nazi, okay?
Oh.
So if you don't know anything about Nazi history, the Nazis actually took control of Ukraine.
Right.
And the reason why this guy who was Ukrainian was fighting the Russians is because the Russians were at odds with the Nazis.
Right. Ooh.
So, if the Parliament of Canada did 5 seconds of research, they would have been able to put those two together.
Yeah. Well, but also, a very, I would say, it's the same person. Never mind. Gave context in below the post, saying that Canada has multiple monuments honoring Nazis and Nazi collaborators, going so far as to hunt down citizens who vandalize these monuments for hate crimes. And then it posted an article by a Canadian Dimension on why a monument commemorating a Nazi SS division is still standing outside Toronto. Now, if this is the division that I think it is, this actually might be a little bit more complicated than just Canada's a Nazi, but I might be wrong. It depends on the. Yeah, it's the 14th. Yeah, it's the 14th. Okay, guys. Now, I don't think anyone is denying that it is still a fucking SS division, and they are still the Nazis. But there's lore here. The 14th SS division was not your regular division of SS officers. It was comprised pretty much exclusively of forced conscripts. And as soon as Germany was sort of falling into disarray at the end of World War II, the 14th SS Division actually, for the most part, defected to the Ukrainian oppositional force that was fighting the Nazis. And during the Nuremberg trials, the 14th SS Division was the only division of the SS that were not convicted of any human rights violations.
Damn. You hear that, Kaika? If you did your research...
If you did your research...
If you did your research, you find out he's not a real Nazi.
Okay. No, he actually is a real Nazi, and I've seen some...
Oh, no. They're real Nazis. They're real Nazis. But also, they were forced convicts. They did what they could to not violate anybody's human rights. I mean, within reason. They were fucking Nazis, right? But then they immediately defected as soon as the Nazis were losing power. So it's not as simple as, dude, they're Nazis.
Let me tell you something. Chao's right. They haven't been convicted of any type of war crimes. But the problem with the 14th Division was the fact that it was very hard to prove they were responsible for any war crimes. So it was very prominent in Ukraine that there were bodies of dead Jews in the fields, and they were there. And it's very hard to pinpoint who actually committed those atrocities. Was it the 14th Division? Or was it some other group? Because Hitler was also, or Hitler's combatants were also entering Ukraine at the time.
Right.
So it's hard to pinpoint. And the reason why they weren't convicted was because there wasn't enough evidence.
Right.
So let's not make the conclusion that they are innocent by any fact.
But then in the same breath, let's not make the conclusion that they're guilty either. Because as we would all believe as Americans, innocent until proven guilty.
I mean, I wouldn't go as far as to say that because they were still Nazis. And even if you were no.
Innocent until proven guilty goes for everyone. The fuck?
Well, not exactly in this situation because I think there's enough evidence to suggest they are guilty.
Well, where is it? Okay, fair enough. I didn't provide a source either. You know, honestly, at this point, I'm too fucking tired to look up a source. What I said was based in red pilled. If you want to look it up, trust me, I'm right, or at least I'm mostly right. Take what I said with a grain of salt. Good enough.
So this is a fact from the 14th SS Division. Many of them, as Chao mentioned, were people captured and they were forced to work. But a lot of people, if you don't know a lot about Nazi Germany, they were forced to work for the Nazis and they still committed atrocities. And so a lot of people on the Nuremberg trials, you'll see that there was I forgot the name. One guy basically suggested that the reason why he committed these atrocities was because he was forced to, and if he didn't, he would have died. Well, that's not exactly an excuse for still committing atrocities. So I'm not exactly convinced that these guys are, not guilty. And I think there's a good amount of.
I mean, fair enough. Honestly, you know it. I mean, I think on some level there is just self-preservation, but then of course there's the following orders conversation, and I think that you can definitely come at it from multiple different angles. I think what I was really trying to say was that it was more complicated than just, like sort of a binary on-off switch of, these ones were evil, these ones were good, that kind of thing. But it is, I think, maybe fair to say that no matter what their intentions were, we still have to hold them accountable for their actions. And their actions were being a motherfucking SS division and, killing Jews and participating in the Holocaust.
I think it's also important to point out, like, even if they didn't commit any atrocities, it's still not a great idea and look on the Canadian Parliament side to give this guy a standing ovation.
Okay, if they didn't, though, then it's a little bit more understandable. You at least grant them that.
Yeah, no, of course.
So.
Yeah, no, I think the whole point, even if they didn't commit atrocities, which I think is very unlikely, is the fact they gave him a standing ovation.
Yeah, I mean the thing is the whole like audience please clap thing, very NPC-ish,
So I think we could by the way, just for everyone that's watching, this is our last contentious topic. Everything from here on out is gonna be sort of less contentious.
And
all right,
hopefully
this is more
quicker.
easygoing. Yeah.
So I will say one more thing before we end the topic.
Mm-hmm.
I fucking forgot. How, bro? I was literally about to speak.
Bro,
That's
Joe Biden
crazy.
dementia really be contagious.
Joe Biden dementia.
Dementia.
He's forgetting how to speak words, bro. Oh my god.
I'm Joe Biden. I'm a candidate for the U.S. Senate.
What's your ice cream flavor, Chow?
Chocolate.
Cookie dough. It used to be cookies and cream, but I've upgraded.
No, he doesn't like cream anymore. Oh, darn.
I never said that.
Whoa. All right. Is that it for this topic? Chow,
I guess. No, I don't. Fucking Dementier.
He's gonna raise your member mid next topic watch.
Okay. So this is I told King Chao and Sunny Hawkeye not to actually look at this guy that we're about to talk about because
I didn't.
All right, good, because this is gonna be wild to you guys. Right. I guarantee you. There's this guy on the internet known as Game is Game guy, or like the Game is Game guy. All right, and the reason why he's called Game is Game is because he give out pointers on how to get bitches, and then at the very end he's like, "Game is Game."
Yeah, I know you definitely need those pointers.
Yeah. Well, not his pointers. His pointers are not something I would advise anyone to take. So let's just watch this first clip.
Why not?
You'll see. Let's just watch this first clip of Game is Game.
I think he's just mad that you don't got game and Game is Game.
I'm highlighting for you guys, but yeah.
Right. Let me read this. Okay.
Oh, by the way, the video is titled "Best Jobs to Be a Pervert."
Oh no. Okay.
All right, let's watch it.
A gynecologist, you don't have to wear gloves. Or a dentist. If a bad bitch came into my office and got put to sleep with her mouth wide open, I don't know. Or a preacher, just like the dentist. If I could lay my hand on your head and make you pass out and nobody's around to see it, I don't know. Or a prison guard at a female prison. Bitches out here want everything. Bitches in prison want anything. Or become a caregiver and make sure you get a patient with dementia. That way she can't remember what happened the night before. Game is game.
No way. No way did I just hear that. Oh my gosh, bro. That's vile.
Oh,
so vile.
That is wild, bro. Oh, and that's a perfect segue to our previous topic of me having dementia.
Dementia.
That's crazy.
Bro, Manly put his hand out to knock him.
Game is game, though. Is he spitting facts?
Game is game.
That sucks, bro.
I'm going to hell.
No, bro.
Yo, resident Mormon in the house. Am I going to hell?
Yes, you're gay. Of course you're going to hell, bro.
Thanks for the reassurance.
Come on, you walked into that, Chow. Come on, man.
I mean, fair enough.
Guys, what are your thoughts on that?
Guys, he was joking. I'm not actually gay. I would never.
I don't know. Before the recording, you said some sus shit, bro.
Yeah, okay, says you. Okay,
What
so
are your thoughts
hear
so
me
far?
out though. Right. Professional, like creepster kidnapper. If
What?
I'm breaking into somebody's house and they're asleep and they got their mouth wide open, I don't know.
No way,
You know what
bro.
I'm saying? Like game is game.
King Chao is obviously quoting this guy, and these do not reflect his actual views. Let's just point that out.
No,
Okay?
Oh,
never.
Yeah. Yeah. Anyways, there's another clip that is kind of went
This guy's goofy,
arounds on the
bro.
internet.
Yeah.
And just to give it some context, there was this you know that whale, the fat woman that's trans, that's like
Bro,
everyone on the internet.
what? You cannot
Anyways,
call
Yeah,
fat women whales.
what's
it's not
that
a
one
woman.
bitch?
It's a
No,
guy.
it's
Oh.
Jabba the Hutt. Yeah, Jabba the Hutt.
Jabba the Hutt, yeah. Jabba the Hutt. She went on Aiden Ross his stream to find love. He was hosting like a date
Bro!
night thing.
Bro, is that a fucking humpback? Go back to the ocean, bruh. That's wild.
And the game is game guy is gonna give some advice to this whale. So let's just watch it for a quick sec, okay?
My advice: Mariana Trench. Bro, she look like she can handle the pressure. What are those fucking like blob fishes at the bottom of the sea? Oh my god.
All right, let's watch this. Let's watch this.
Friendly fire will not be tolerated.
Question for you.
Let's go for it.
What advice would you give me as someone who's like, as confident as I come off as online and like I play this role like I'm a bad bitch, whatever. I don't know how to approach people, like especially when it comes to like flirting. Like what advice would you give me as someone who's starting out as like in public in person? It's one thing to slide in a DM, it's one thing to like
date?
Huh?
What do you date? Do you like men? Do you like women? Or are you one of those kind of sexual orientations that'll fuck a mouse pad if you're attracted to it?
Men.
Bro. You said what? Men?
Men.
All right. Well, one thing about men is our bar is very low. So, shit, I don't know. You probably have to go on Grindr or some shit and take a picture just like you got now. Don't stand too far away from the camera. The closer, the better. And go ahead and put that.
Bro, he told her to go on Grindr. That's wild.
What's even more wild is just go take a picture, not too close and not too far.
Nah, didn't he say the closer the better?
Oh, the closer the better. There you go.
Wow. That's crazy.
Is he
it
wrong
though?
though
I
about
mean,
that?
it's pretty good advice, honestly, bro. Pretty good advice.
Like how he said,
Yeah.
standards are low as well.
Because you try it.
No, fuck what I
On
try that shit,
Grindr?
bro. I'm not Jabba the Hutt, bro. I'm not on Grindr. I'm getting bitches
Cap.
left and right, bro.
Cap.
Yeah, bitches left and right.
Cap.
So obviously, the game makes game guy. His whole appeal is the comedic shock factor.
Well, right, yeah.
So although he's saying some wild stuff, sometimes his things are very funny, and that's where I stand with him.
Yeah. I think that he's just like another classic example of just like a troll. You know, somebody who is prepared to go up to somebody and just fucking roast the fuck out of them. No, doesn't give a shit about the consequences. I mean, he almost kind of reminds me of Too Mad. Like, I don't know, Too Mad has been relevant for a while, but you know what I mean, right? Like, the whole, he kind of blew up back when he was pranking, like, Zoom calls back during, like the beginning of the pandemic. And that's sort of like, you know, like, trollish, we just be fucking around and finding out kind of activity. Pushing that very strong vibes, but also kind of adding in like a sort of a friendly psychosis, if such a thing could ever exist. Because like the I got game guy is his whole demeanor is just like, I do not give a fuck about any of your moralities or your limits. Game is game. Simple as that, you know.
Yeah,
basically acting like a sociopath online for views and attention, which is just everybody nowadays.
Yeah.
Even
us.
Well, I mean, Yeah, but like,
let him
yeah.
cook. Let him cook.
Yeah, let them cook. Let them cook. You're right.
Like, we're basically that, bro. Come on. You can't even lie. We're basically that.
I mean,
Yeah, we
can't-
advocate for
more.
men to rape women. That's totally us, guys.
I might be advocating for men to rape something else.
Mm.
I'm advertising to kill all furries, but
I'm advocating for you guys to rape the like button and subscribe button. Go at it,
Bro,
guys.
what
Let's
the
go get.
fuck? That's not funny, bro. That's like really offensive. I don't know why you
Whoa.
say something like that.
Whoa,
Why would
whoa,
you say
whoa.
that? What the fuck,
Whoa.
Kaika? What the
Bro,
fuck is
my
wrong
bad.
with you?
Kaiko,
I gotta
what the
go
fuck
into
is
these-
wrong with you, bro?
I gotta go into these Maoist struggle sessions with fucking liberals, alright? I gotta repent.
We should have a liberal on the podcast and see what happens.
No, never.
Yeah, like
Okay,
We already
ultra
have one,
liberal.
King Chao.
What the fuck?
No,
think
that's a
I'm a
libertarian. Get it
liberal?
right.
A libertarian, my bad.
It's a libertarian.
I
Get it
will
right.
rip you limb from limb if you call me a liberal ever again.
How much can you bench? I'm curious.
More than you think.
Probably more than you think. That's
They,
true.
I mean, let's be real
they
here.
say with great
Weight
power
pushes
comes great
weight.
responsibility.
No, it's true. Like, big people can lift more. Like, I can lift more than I can think.
I mean, to be fair, you do weights. You like go in the gym regularly. But like, I don't know.
No, but even when I first went, fat people have that strength because it's like weight pushes weight.
Well, yeah, but not just that though, right? Like you need to have strong muscles to be able to hold yourself up as a fat person, right? So it's like,
Yeah.
but the thing is, I think that's a buff that only applies to men. I think fat
That's
women.
true.
I think fat women just like are completely immobile.
Honestly, you're not wrong.
Speaking of fat women,
I'm really not.
do you guys think that the girl in the
That's
Aiden
not
Ross
a
clip is a
woman.
woman?
That's not a woman. That's Jabba the Hutt, bro.
Okay,
Ooga,
okay.
ooga, ooga,
I
kinda
think there's something
fucking-
to be said that I can't tell.
You can't?
No, I can't. My gender.
Bro, you can't see the
No.
beard?
Hold on.
You can't see the beard?
The thing is, all I see is a giant slab of meat, a giant
true.
slab of
That's-
skin. And
But you
again,
could-
this
you
is
could see the
coming from
stubble,
me.
though.
This is coming from me, right? But the thing is, I haven't
But you see-
compromised any of my secondary sexual characteristics. You know, I look like a predator. You guys all saw Liberty Live too. I got the neck beard, right? But the thing is, I look like a dude, right? I'm a fat dude. I'm a very fat dude, but I look like a dude. He, she, whatever looks like a slab of meat, because the consequence of taking gender affirming, fucking hormones and trying to transition is you end up looking like nothing at all. Because that is ultimately what you become. Because the thing is, and this is the thing, I'm not against trans people doing whatever they want to their bodies. I think I've said this like fucking 10 million times. But this is the thing. When right-wingers say that you will never be a woman, they're correct. They're objectively correct. And there's no getting out of that. And the reason why is because you actually can become something other than your biological sex. It's called neuter. You become nothing. You become sexually just nothing. You know the whole agender thing? Yeah, that's the only fucking cringe neo-gender that actually exists. It's called neuter. It's existed for a very long time. We observe it in animals, we observe it in humans. If you want a third gender so bad, if you want to sort of fight against the gender binary for whatever fucking reason, your best bet of actually doing that while adhering to real world science is no gender at all. Because there is men, there is women, and then there is nothing. And the for lack of a better word, the gender goblins, the people who like to play around with gender and like to sort of be intentionally ambiguous about what gender they're supposed to be, either by accident or on purpose, they end up just looking like neuter. They end up just looking like nothing. They don't look male, they don't look female, they don't look demi-boy, they don't look fucking cat gender. They don't look anything other than nothing. They're a blank slate. They're they're the neutral gender Apple emoji. There you go. That's the perfect example, right? When you lose your secondary gender characteristics, either through medical intervention or through bad genetics or through surgery or whatever. I guess surgery would technically count as medical intervention. You stop being either male or female, and you start being nothing. And that's why I think fundamentally that a lot of people, like a lot of like trans, non-binary people especially, because they're like trying to do this actively, why they're so unhappy with themselves. And I think that it only reinforces that dysphoria further, which causes the problem to become worse. And the thing is, in 2023, if you say that somebody's actions might be making their life worse, and the thing is, I've experienced this on both sides. I've been the person who was complaining and the person who was receiving the complaint. I've been both, right? If you are in that position, the best case scenario is you'll get pushed back. The worst case scenario is like the person who's being criticized will just completely freeze up. And again, I know that because I've been that guy. I've frozen up when people have criticized me, like especially about like my weight and stuff. Because the thing is, it makes the dysphoria worse for gender, for body image. That's muscle and fat, for sort of general attractiveness, like how your face works. The whole like the incel mewing thing. It all comes down to insecurity that doubles down on itself at every attempt you make of trying to be something that you're not.
Thank you for opening up your heart to our audience, King Chao.
No problem. Hey, I don't mind talking about this stuff. The thing is, I guess I have empathy for people who are trans, because they deserve it, because we all deserve empathy. And the thing is, part of that empathy, for me at least, is trying to, where I can, if somebody thinks about being trans because they've essentially been sort of like, I guess, indoctrinated into that sort of mindset because it's very socially, I guess, rewarding and relevant right now. I think that I have at least a certain level of responsibility to, to make sure that they're being sort of genuine about that to themselves, but also that they're okay and that they're, to whatever extent I can, that they're not abjectly suffering, because it is a mental illness, and mental illnesses are bold takes only. This is Liberty Channel. Mental illness is bad. Boom.
Wild.
Sonny, what do you think about mental illness?
Cringe, made up, doesn't exist. Just kill yourself. Bottle it up like a real man.
This is what no empathy does to a motherfucker.
No empathy.
Speaking of mental illness and trans people, let's talk about the second GOP debate in which Vivek Ramaswamy talks about the issue of transgenders and mental health.
Okay.
Oh, fuck, I accidentally skipped the topic.
But by the way,
speaking of mental health, John Fetterman.
Who?
You don't know?
You remember the guy?
Dr. Oz?
The guy that was like stumbling against everything?
He doesn't own a suit. He lives in his mom's basement. Come on.
Oh, wasn't he like homeless or something?
He's bald. He's bald.
No, I don't. I don't.
It was actual elder abuse that he was still running for the Senate because he literally couldn't put together a sentence.
Dude, elder abuse is the new norm.
Yeah, but during the debate against Dr. Oz, this guy couldn't say a single word.
He still won.
He still won somehow.
It's rigged. It was rigged.
Anyways, John Fetterman, he's been lobbying to remove the dress code in the Senate for basically the entirety of his term. So that's about, at this point, a year or a little bit more than that. Regardless, everyone was like, it's probably not getting nowhere. I mean, not much was really said about it up until recently when Chuck Schumer and the Democrats revealed that the dress code is actually being removed. And you're like, well, there's a dress code in the Senate. Is that really mandated by Senate rules? Do you actually have to show up in a suit or you'll be removed? Yes, you did. If you did not show up in a suit before the dress code was revoked, you would be removed from the Senate. And so the Democrats passed to remove that, and I was like, man, this is kind of a good idea. Like, why is there a dress code in the Senate? It's kind of a dumb idea. Who really gives a fuck? And then somebody told me at school, they're like, yeah, it's kind of weird that we have dress codes in society, but, this is a place where some of the greatest people in American history have set foot. Some of the greatest politicians like Abraham Lincoln. And to a certain extent, that should be respected by you dressing in a nice fashion. And so I've kind of changed my opinion on this to the point where I kind of think this is kind of stupid. But what are you guys' thoughts on this?
I feel like we should keep the dress code to like formal. I feel like changing it to casual just makes our like senators look like bums, like people straight off the street, right? They don't look professional. When you go to
dress for the job you want,
Exactly. Like if you go to
that is not what I meant.
No. Okay, Sonny Hawkeye actually brings up a good point. I did not mention this, but John Fetterman is wearing sweat shorts or sweats to the Senate. So he's wearing like these basketball shorts and sneakers and a fucking jacket.
He looks homeless.
He looks homeless. Yeah. He looks like he's a homeless guy in the Senate.
Bro, mom didn't give him enough allowance. That's all I'm saying, bro.
That's crazy.
And I think it's kind of sad knowing what type of people and the general respect in the Senate. And I know there's not a lot of respect for the Senate among Americans, but I guess the institution or the idea of the Senate should have some respect towards it.
I think respect for the Senate mostly comes out of partisanship. Like the Senate gets respected more if they do what the particular person wants. That's just politics, how it is. I don't know about the dress code. I would probably say that there's two sides to this, and centers in mode. Come on. Okay. Both sides make good points. I know. But here's the thing. On one hand, there absolutely is a character that we play on the world stage as America. And that character is supposed to be, strong but fair, imposing, to be taken seriously, to be respected, and in some cases to be feared. And there was something to be said that a formal dress code would ensure that image is maintained in all parts of government, that are I guess important, Because the thing is, most government workers have to show up to their work, in at least business casual, if not a full on, like suit or whatever, right? That's pretty commonplace for government agencies because it's commonplace in the private sector, but then for government work it has to be doubly so because they're meant to represent the will of the nation. And that means that everybody has to be very disciplined. I think that's sort of the key that this is going towards. But there's also an argument to be said that, okay, first of all, a dress code only ensures that people in the Senate, senators, they have to dress nicely at all occasions at risk of being expunged, right? I think that something as trivial as how you dress probably shouldn't invalidate all of the work that a senator, makes in order to get into their position. And more importantly, even in 2023, the idea and the populace of America has evolved. And we can see in I'd say the most relevant example, which is Donald Trump and his presidency, that there is something to be desired of politicians who behave like people instead of like politicians, instead of like robots, instead of like automatons that only say the pre-approved lines and don't ever actually say anything controversial or human, right? I think that there is a certain value to be found in humanizing the American government. And part of humanizing the American government might just be allowing some of them to wear non-conventional clothing. You know, it might look homeless, it might look poor, but it might also look casual. It might also look like these people are down to earth. These people are not trying to impose a certain image, but are rather showing themselves to be the flawed, imperfect, but also, I would say, empathetically attached and reasonable humans that they are. So I think there's definitely two sides to this, and it sort of reflects a bigger, I would say, battle between conservatism and progressivism, where conservatives want to maintain America's strong, capable, dependable image, and progressives want to see America become maybe a kinder nation. At least that's what they say. I'm not even really talking about progressives in 2023. No, that they want hell. I'm talking about progressives like from, like hippies, from the 70s, 60s, 80s, even 90s, right? Like those kind of progressives were a lot more focused on sort of, I guess, humanizing America. And I think that is something to consider. I don't know.
Indeed.
Jesus Christ, I've went on like 3 of these rants. Dude.
Okay, look. I think our pains have been stated very clearly. I was reformed. I still believe, or I now believe. You could go back on my Twitter. I was like, "Oh, it's a good thing that they're removing the dress code. It's kind of stupid. Who really gives a fuck?" Now I'm like, well, this is kind of bad considering the history of the Senate, and I think we should be respectful towards that. My opinion and where I stand.
Fair enough.
Speaking about where people stand, the GOP held a debate. The GOP is the Republican Party. And they held a debate, obviously, so voters
actually,
could be more...
but before you begin that next topic,
Yeah.
just for me and for the audience, because I don't exactly remember,
Oops.
what does the GOP stand for?
Let's look this up. What does
He
the
doesn't even
GOP
know.
stand
He doesn't even know.
Well, the Grand Old Party.
Actually?
Really?
That's what Google says. I don't know.
It's cap, bro. No,
It literally
bro.
says the Grand Old Party. So
Old in the name. That's crazy.
I actually don't know what that really means.
Well, it means
Grand Old Party. I don't know. Anyways, there was a GOP debate between Republicans or the GOP.
Maybe because it's an old party, like not saying
Well,
that
Democrats
people
are a much older party.
Republican. I mean, they can both be old.
Well, the thing
Just
is,
because one's older than the others doesn't mean that.
I mean, the thing is that the Democrats and the Republicans used to be one party, and they were against the Federalists.
That's very debatable.
Well,
very debatable.
I mean, you could argue that the Federalists then became the Democrats, but that's a little bit more muddying the waters with what labels actually mean. And you're about to start me again on a fourth King Chao rant. Let's just talk about the fucking GOP debate.
Yeah. And so we're just gonna look at some clips. I thought these were interesting. One of the big elephants in the room in these debates is that Donald Trump did not attend because his view is that since he's like 40 points up in the polls,
oh shit,
there's no reason for him to be in these debates.
I guess he's too busy not getting thrown in jail.
Yeah, pretty much. And Chris Christie, who is a professional victimizer and a professional idiot. I don't like Chris Christie at all. He said this about Donald Trump not attending the debate, which I actually do think is true to some degree.
In Washington, D.C. also. And Donald Trump should be here to answer for that, but he's not. And I want to look at that camera right now and tell you, Donald, I know you're watching. You can't help yourself. I know you're watching, okay? And you're not here tonight, not because of polls and not because of your indictments. You're not here tonight because you're afraid of being on the stage and defending your record. You're ducking these things. And let me tell you what's going to happen. You keep doing that, no one up here is going to call you Donald Trump anymore. We're going to call you Donald Duck.
Oh my God. Okay. See, this is how you can tell that the most of the like non-Trumpian Republican Party is just like 99% boomers. You're not here tonight because you're afraid to defend your record. You're ducking. We're gonna call you Donald Duck.
Okay, that's what Chris Christie said.
Bro. Donald Duck? Like Looney Tunes? Is that what America is now? Oh my God, no way, yeah.
Bro, man go jiggle jiggle every time he talks, bro. Oh my gosh.
Bro, the double chin. It's fucking flapping. Okay, hold on. Why would he watch the debate, but then not go to it?
So you
Buddy.
can it's competition. Why wouldn't you do that?
No. Okay, think about it, right?
Okay.
If you're so cool and you have so many more votes, like Donald Trump obviously has, right? You're so cool that you wouldn't show up to the debate. Why would you give enough of a shit to watch it afterwards?
So you can see where your opponents are going for. It's like
But
research.
you don't care. But you don't care. You didn't care enough to show up, right? But you do care enough to watch the recording? What?
I think the bigger point, Trump is a very cynical person. So even though he didn't show up to the debate, he'll just watch it just to kind of laugh at everyone.
I'm not convinced. I think Trump does not give a fuck either way.
No, he doesn't care about the debate, but he'll watch it just to be like, ha ha ha, look at these idiots, and he's much better than everybody. But that's regardless. I think Chris Christie, although he's not saying the point very well, I think it's true. I think Donald Trump should be on the debate stage. There's no reason for him not to be there. Just because you're up 40 points does not mean you don't need to be up there. We already know he's going to be the nominee. We know this.
I agree, but I have to respect the fucking Chad power move.
Yeah, no, I respect it as well. I mean, has anyone really ever done that in any sort of political history in America? Where they're up by so many points, they just don't show up to the debate?
They don't have to.
Nobody's done that, so yeah.
Nobody. Ever.
It's definitely a power move for sure.
I'm just saying it's a power move. And that is, kind of a major W.
For sure. And during the debate, in terms of who's going to get the most press, it's going to be Vivek Ramaswamy. He's been on the come up. I don't think we've talked about him on the podcast. But essentially, he's the youngest ever Republican running for office that's ever made it to a debate, which is saying a lot because he's like 30-something years old. Let me look it
come
up.
on.
Ramaswamy.
America is fucked.
He is 38 years old. But
Bro,
to be fair to
38 is youngest? Are you kidding me?
Okay, but to be fair to Ramaswamy and the Republican Party, to be president, you have to be at least 35 years old.
Yeah, I know. That's what I'm saying. Why does that exist?
That's true. I'm not in favor of that.
Why can't we have a 28-year-old president? Why can't we have a 25-year-old president? Why can't we have a 31-year-old president? These are questions that the American people should be asking themselves.
I think 25 is too young. 31, that's reasonable.
25 should be the limit. Honestly, 25.
I think the limit should be like 29, 28.
No, okay, hear me out, right? 25 is the agreed upon definition when the human brain stops developing. That's not to say that it doesn't keep growing and changing, but it stops maturing.
Yeah, but they need also experience in the field, right? So they need that time. So right after school, they gotta go get experience.
I'm saying Trump pretty much went into office with basically no experience in being a politician, and he did a better job of being president than most politicians.
Well, he went in as a businessman. He ran this country like a business. Our economy is booming.
Yeah, exactly.
Booming.
And you can be a successful business owner with a quite a bit of experience by 25.
No, you can't. Name one.
What?
Name one.
What do you mean, name one?
Name one.
Yes, let me pull up my fucking phone book of, like, local businesses that are run by people under 25. Like,
No, like, really successful businesses.
Source?
This is,
like,
okay. Fucking doing an Etsy shop is different from running a country.
Okay, look,
Now.
guys.
25 is like way.
This
too
is
young.
a great conversation because Vivek Ramaswamy, who I was talking about, he is actually one of the youngest self-made billionaires ever.
How old is he?
He's 38 right now, and he became a billionaire not too long ago because he was in development of some sort of pharmaceutical company. Not exactly sure of the exact specifics.
Did he
But
have
it's-
like rich parents or something, or did he
No.
start off poor?
He was completely broke. This is all self-made from him. He owns 10% of the company. It's about $600 million. And obviously that fluctuates based on, the company's value.
well, yeah.
So sometimes he's a billionaire, some days he's not.
Damn.
Regardless, by most accounts, Vivek Ramaswamy, very successful person. Similar to Donald Trump. In fact, he might be even more successful, depending on how you calculate net worth. In just terms of how much he's worth. And he was definitely the star of the show in terms of the talking points he got across. And definitely the most, interactive with the crowd. So the first clip that we're going to watch of Vivek Ramaswamy was him actually discussing the issue of people becoming citizens when they're born in the United States. Because obviously this is a big issue when illegal immigrants are coming into the United States. So in the Constitution, 14th Amendment basically states that if you're born in the United States, you're automatically a citizen.
Yeah.
Now Ramaswamy in this clip is pointing out how this is basically a loophole many illegal immigrants are
What?
presenting.
How
Because
is
what
that a
they'll
loophole?
what they'll do is they'll have kids in the United States. Those kids will be naturalized as U.S. citizens, and then it'll be much harder to tear apart the families.
Well, I mean,
They don't have any legal standing in the country they're from,
well, yes,
besides America.
but their children do.
Right. So he's making a point about this.
Yeah. Okay.
And
Let's
now
just watch the clip first.
let's watch it. Just,
Fair enough.
Yeah.
Is it the second clip you highlighted? Okay.
the second one, yeah.
Well, I didn't finish the other clip. I don't think there's much to see, but I'm just gonna finish that up.
No, there's not much,
But I do go a step further. You're right about that, Ilya. I favor ending birthright citizenship for the kids of illegal immigrants in this country. Now, the left will howl about the Constitution and the 14th Amendment. The difference between me and them is I've actually read the 14th Amendment. What it says is that all persons born or naturalized in the United States and subject to the laws and jurisdiction thereof are citizens. So nobody believes that the kid of a Mexican diplomat in this country enjoys birthright citizenship. Not a judge or legal scholar in this country will disagree with me on that. Well, if the kid of a Mexican diplomat doesn't enjoy birthright citizenship, then neither does the kid of an illegal migrant who broke the law to come here.
Well, it's an interesting argument. Specifically bringing up the example of the Mexican diplomat. But I don't agree. Because the thing is, an illegal immigrant is still tied to the laws of the nation. Even if, by nature of being an illegal immigrant, if discovered, they would immediately be deported. If an illegal immigrant commits a crime, they will be, tried. They will be thrown through the justice system for their crimes as any other citizen would. Because that's what happens when you're on U.S. soil. And that goes doubly so for a child that was born in the U.S., regardless of who their parents are. Okay, if you want to say that it's a practical argument for de-incentivizing illegal immigration into the United States, I can agree. But the problem is, practical arguments that don't consider in moralistic principles, or are in general morally unprincipled, are contradictory, are hypocritical, and are amoral inherently, because they are more focused on outcomes than on methods. It is consequentialist ethics, not deontological ethics. And consequentialism is the driving force behind much of the leftist nihilism and postmodernism that we have seen and experienced in the modern day. It is the philosophical backbone that has created the push for socialism, for communism, for fascism, for pretty much every single horrible ideology that we've ever created. If you can excuse whatever you do in the short term, because what you're going to get in the long term is infinitely good, then all of your moral calculations supposedly come up in the green. Meanwhile, all of the people who you've hurt, all of the rights that you've violated, all of the lives that you've destroyed, can all just be hand-waved away because of that justification. I do not believe that is the case. I guess I am fundamentally a deontologist. And that means that when I see consequentialist ethics used to justify what is essentially disenfranchising, native-born citizens of their citizenship, that's wrong. And I don't care if it serves a practical purpose. It's still wrong. If you are born in the United States, you are an American. Period. That's it. Like, I don't know why the conversation would be, questioning that or going against that unless it was purely for the interests of de-incentivizing illegal immigration. And de-incentivizing illegal immigration is important, but it's not the most important. It's not more important than ensuring the rights of all natural-born citizens to be recognized as such in their country.
Just my take over here real quick.
Mm-hmm.
I've been saying this shit since my freshman year of high school. I think that part of the 14th Amendment is completely ridiculous. Because I do believe that, as a general rule, if your parents are illegal immigrants and you're born in the United States from your parents, you should not have American citizenship. Because it's a bad incentivization, argument. I'm not a fan of it. And unfortunately, because I think one thing that Chao kind of missed, this is my opinion, is yes, being an illegal immigrant is illegal. But is that being enforced? No. And one point I think you kind of overlooked was the fact, if you're an illegal immigrant, especially in California...
Hold on, it's not being enforced. Then what the fuck is ICE?
ICE is not enforced, because there's so many cases. You can't enforce a problem that's unenforceable because of the mass numbers you have. There's a reason why millions, this is the highest numbers ever recorded, or not ever recorded, but in like the past 40 years, is because, well, we have an open border policy with the president that is basically suggesting if you come into this country, he will do a lot of things to not stop you. And it's going to get worse. A lot of people are pointing out that illegal immigration tends to get worse in March, around that time. Well, it's not exactly March right now, but we're quickly approaching it. And
it's literally the opposite of March. It's October.
Right. So we have 6 months out.
Lol.
That may sound like a lot. It's not a lot of time.
It's half a year, but regardless.
It's not a lot of time. That's my opinion. Regardless, you can't enforce this issue on in terms of a law perspective because there's so many cases. The courts are being backed up. If you go to a state like California, an illegal immigrant can obtain a driver's license without having any residency status in the United States. So yes, this is an open country. The policies are open border, and illegal immigration is just being let loose. The policy of keeping the law as a top priority in the border is not happening right now. And so I think this incentivizing people not to have children in order so they don't get deported is a good idea. And I've been saying this since like 2017 when legal immigration was like an issue because Trump made it an issue, but it wasn't such a big issue like it is today. So good, in my opinion, good on Vivek. I like that argument. I like it as a general principle, but that's not the only argument he was making in the debate. He had many other interesting moments, especially on transgenderism. So I don't think there's a much disagreement about all of us about this.
I don't want to move on yet.
Okay.
First of all, I don't think Sonny, do you have any big
Yes, as the registered beaner, I have an opinion.
All right, go for it.
All right, so like hearing you both out, like personally, I kind of disagree with Kaika because as technically I'm like, because it's my father's parents, that's how he was born. That's how he was brought into the country. And so like if that didn't happen, like then I wouldn't be here today.
I mean,
So
that okay, the thing is you've both made critical flaws. That right there was an appeal to personal utility, and that was an appeal to collective utility. Neither of you are working off of defined moral rules. You're just saying what's good for America or what's good for me.
I don't think I'm saying what's good for America. I'm saying it incentivizes bad behavior.
what I was getting at is that these people are trying to get a better opportunity. Do I agree how they're doing it? No. I've even voiced my opinion on legal immigrants, how it's wrong, how they're just coming into this country without even the proper forms and all this. And yes, it's a long process and it can be expensive. If you want the opportunity, you got to pay for it.
Yeah, completely agreed. I think, Kaka, if you want to say that we should be de-incentivizing illegal immigration, I agree. We should stop being an open borders country because open borders countries cannot enforce their own moral principles upon the populace if their populace is in constant flux. That's just, boundaries and borders and nations mean nothing if we live in an open border society. Either everybody becomes open borders and nations don't exist, which would be hell, or we're the only ones with open borders, and then, we get replaced, right? There's a lot of controversy around the Great Replacement theory, and I don't necessarily agree with it, but there is a nugget of truth in there that there are many powerful people in the media that media, academia, who are pushing sort of this leftist diversity narrative, and that inherently involves the sort of quote unquote equalizing, equity of people who are perceived to be downtrodden, and that inherently involves the displacement of other people based on race. It's racial discrimination, right? But here's the other thing. Again, if you want to say that we should be de-incentivizing illegal immigration, I think that makes complete sense. I think that we should be tightening up our borders. We should be trying to sort of catch more illegal immigrants and deport them. We should be, getting our act together. But that does not give us an excuse to infringe upon the rights of someone who was born in the United States. That, infringing upon that for short-term gain, as a loophole around leftist subversion towards pro-globalism, pro-illegal immigration, pro-open borders advocacy, that is not only not going to work, and is almost even counterintuitive, but it is immoral. And there is no reason to work so hard to protect a nation's borders and its economy and its people and its morality if you are going to infringe upon that morality whenever it suits you. You have to have defined moral principles. And my personal defined moral principle is if you are born in the United States, you are an American, full stop. That's how we end racism. That's how we end, ethnic tensions. We make it so that everyone who comes into this country is American. That means they have the rights of an American. They are recognized by our country. They are allowed to vote. They are allowed to take their place in the society. They have their human rights as an American. That means they also have the responsibility to culturally assimilate into America, to become Americans, not ethnic Americans, to become Americans full force, regardless of arbitrary factors like skin color. It doesn't matter as long as we're all Americans.
Look, this is my opinion. No disrespect to you, Chao. I think you're making it into a weird race argument. I'm not exactly... That's not what I'm arguing. Alright? All I'm arguing, and I don't think this is inconsistent ideologically at all. I think, this is my personal opinion, let's say a mother's 6 months pregnant. She takes a flight to America. She's from Japan. She lands in America, but she's 6 months pregnant, not even close to 9 months, right? So she has some time to be in America, visit family, and then go back. It's only going to be a week trip. But for whatever reason, she needs to give birth to the baby immediately. And she gives birth to the baby immediately. Does that mean the baby should have American citizenship? Or should the baby have Japanese citizenship? My opinion is the baby should have Japanese citizenship. It's not a race argument just because I hate Mexicans. It's an argument about ideology.
Okay.
And yes, it is going to help the problem of illegal immigration by disincentivizing bad behavior. But that doesn't also mean it's a bad, I guess, argument.
Okay. So the thing is, that example seems kind of like a misnomer, considering your example was of not a Japanese immigrant, but a Japanese visitor who was visiting America and then leaving. Are any of the sort of Mexican immigrants coming up to America, illegal or otherwise, going back?
No, but that's the problem, right? Because they're illegal immigrants, so they should be going back.
Some of them are illegal, some of them aren't. But
I'm not arguing. Okay, if you're a legal citizen of the United States, obviously, if you have kids in the United States, your kids should be American. I'm not arguing against that.
Yeah, I know that's not what the argument is about. No.
But that's what you just said.
Well, yes, but that's not what. Okay, that I only brought it up for completeness' sake. It's not relevant to the conversation at all. Okay, so again, the thing is, this has nothing to do with the argument of what we're talking about.
Why doesn't it?
Well, okay, because the Japanese example is not immigrating into the country.
But they're not also immigrating into the country too. They're illegal immigrants.
Oh,
they have they have citizenship from a different country.
Okay, if they're...
It doesn't matter if they're going to stay here or not, legally or illegally.
Honestly, I would probably say, even to your example, even though I consider it to be a bit of a misnomer, I would probably say that the child should get dual citizenship. Japanese and American. Honestly?
Why?
Well, because that child was born in the United States. And
why would they have dual citizenship though?
Well, because
you can apply for it, but straight off the bat, no, I don't think that's right.
Well, okay, the reason why they would get dual citizenship is because this is a rare edge case where a Japanese national who was traveling to America temporarily to visit with family, happened to have a child in the US, but fully intends to return and has Japanese citizenship and isn't applying for American citizenship. I think it makes sense for the child to have dual citizenship, because even though the child was born in America, the child is ultimately going to go back to Japan and going to go live their life back in Japan. You know,
Well, that's what the application process is for. They apply for that dual citizenship, as many people do. And they can go off of family visa, visiting family, using that way to get back to Japan.
Okay.
I don't think they should get straight off the bat get dual citizenship.
Well, fine. You know, that's reasonable. So, but then that would sort of imply that the American citizenship comes first and the Japanese citizenship comes second. Or
well, they can always revoke their citizenship towards the U.S. if they really want to do that.
Yeah, they could. Well, I mean, and then if they do that, then that's just problem solved, right? Like, that's just sort of a non-starter.
If I can mention one thing just before you continue. Now, I obviously want this to be revoked. I don't think, you should be an American citizen if your parents are. But this is realistically not going to happen because a lot of countries won't follow through with the system. So if the Japanese woman has a child in the US, the Japanese a lot of time will not claim that child as their own.
What?
So then it's like, well, this child doesn't have any status.
Wait, what?
There are some countries, America is one of them, or is not one of them, but there are some countries where if your parents have citizenship towards that country and you're born outside the country, you don't have citizenship from your parents' country. There are countries like that.
Is Japan one of them?
Why the fuck are you traveling?
No,
why the fuck are you traveling while pregnant? Like,
well, yeah, that's another question.
8 months fucking pregnant. Why the fuck are you traveling? Unless you're a beaner going to the fucking border, trying to get a better life. Like, why are you going traveling?
I think we all agree there are situations in which some women who are 6 months pregnant would travel.
Yes, but again, these are edge cases. This is
it doesn't matter if it's an edge case. It's about principle, right?
Well, but it does. But the thing is, you also need to keep in mind that exceptions prove the rule. And the thing is, we are not talking about visitors. We are talking about immigrants, illegal immigrants. We are talking about people who are actively breaking the law to enter into a country permanently.
Right, but one thing remains constant among these two examples, even if one is an edge case. They are both not American citizens.
Yes.
The parents are both not American citizens, so why does that matter?
What?
So if you believe in one situation...
Neither of them
put the kid in a camp, get those parents out of here.
That's wild.
That's what I'm saying, bro. Be like Trump. Put them in the cages, bro. Put them in the cages.
No, I just want to point out something. Obama was putting more illegal immigrants in cages. Donald Trump was basically putting no one in cages.
Well, yeah, Donald Trump just kind of kept the cages that Obama made.
Yeah.
That's all I'm saying. Put them in the cages, bro. Be like the black man. Put them in the cages, bro.
Anyways.
I think that this topic is a little bit more complicated than they originally gave it credit. So thank you, Kaika, for sort of opening my eyes and giving me a little bit more, I guess, food for thought. I still think that if you were born in America, you should be an American citizen. Because, I mean, if nothing else, it's in the Constitution, right? The thing is, I think you could make a pretty solid argument that illegal immigrants should be an edge case and that they should be the exception. I don't think that, but you can, and I think that's reasonable. And also, I'm not feeling too bad for illegal immigrants trying to, cross the country and basically use their kids as a hook line into blending into the country and not going through the proper processes. I think that that's generally kind of bad and also illegal and also destabilizing for society. So I'm not totally blind to the practical argument either. We have spent a pretty good long while on this topic. We have crossed the 2-hour mark. I say we move on. Everyone cool with that?
Yeah, I say we move on.
Sunday.
Finally. Fuck.
All right. Let's move on to a lighthearted topic. I'm pretty sure everyone knows about Sneako or the cuckolds. right? Everyone's aware about Sneako.
Not really. Don't really care. We might have talked about him before, but I don't really remember him.
Okay. So there was a clip that went viral on Twitter because Sneako has very, I'll put it like this, strong opinions about women and their roles in society.
Oh no.
Yeah. And so he was out and about and he noticed some fans and his fans noticed him. So they were like, "Oh, let's go take pictures, blah 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 blah." They take the pictures and then they start having conversations about Sneako about women. And so let's just play this this clip right over here and let's get the reactions.
Mm-hmm. All right.
What'd you take? Fuck the woman! Fuck the woman!
What? No, wait.
Sneako.
We love women. We love women. We love women.
But not like transgenders.
Yes, sir. We love everybody. No.
All gays should die.
Yeah, merch. Preach. What have I done?
That's what I'm talking about. These guys are top G's, bro. These guys are base as fuck. Bro.
Teach them young. Teach them young.
That's what I'm saying, bro. These guys are base as fuck, bro. Honestly, bro. These kids like they know what's up, bro. They know what's up. I just said fuck the gays,
bro. He's like, what have I done, bro?
Like he's also they also said fuck women, so
yeah, well, okay, so they said a couple things. They said fuck women. They said not the transgenders though, right? They said I think they were like, we love Andrew Tate. I think one of them said that.
So basically what I got from that, bro, because he's like fuck women, and then Sneako said, "Nah, we love women." They're like, "Nah, but not transgenders though." He's like, "Yeah, hell yeah."
Okay, the thing is,
yeah,
that whole thing was basically just the quiet part out loud. I think for Sneako is you've got the part of him that sort of, I guess, has his very shitlordy opinions about women and whatever, women, transgender people, and that all stays in the online sphere. And then you have all these little kids, like 12, I think, 11, 13, whatever, 14. And they're young. And they're going up to him and they're just like, fuck women. Right? And it's like, it's funny, but it's also very embarrassing because there's got to be some cognitive dissonance between how a lot of these red pill YouTubers actually behave in real life and the stuff that they say online. Because, even incels, right? I saw this thing a while back about like, it was supposed to be like a gotcha where this progressive outlet, I think it might have literally been Vox, interviewed an incel, right? And incel is about as misogynistic as you can get realistically. And even the incel was like, he was a cool guy. He just had some weird opinions. But he was like really nice. And so I think there's a certain amount of extremism that goes on online that doesn't translate to the real world, and this is probably a pretty good example of that. So
personally, I think the problem with Sneako and his content is that he's not very refined.
Yeah,
and so he'll say things that are very horrible, and we're guilty of the same thing a lot of times.
Yeah,
but we do not have merely the same audience as Sneako, and yeah, you could just tell in his face, shit.
If you're a minor, if you're under 18, comment below this video saying I am a.
Yeah, comment below. I want your addresses right
now.
No.
If
you see a white van, hop on in. Come on.
If you see a white van saying
light blue, light blue van, you gotta keep it on model. You gotta keep it on brand.
Oh, light blue van with rainbow saying free candy.
Free V-Bucks. Nah, free V-Bucks. Keep it on brand. Free V-Bucks, come in the back of the van.
Get free Wi-Fi anywhere you go. Hold on. Who remembers Vine? Shout out to Vine.
Hey, everyone.
Wow, you're a boomer.
Everyone does. I can shut up. I see you on Vine.
I'm Alpha A, bro.
You were literally on Vine, bro. You made videos on
Vine was literally the precursor for short form content. Oh my god.
Oh shit, Sherlock. Everyone agrees with you. No shit.
Kill yourself. What the fuck?
Like, no shit, Sherlock. Like,
yeah, but aren't you literally like anti-furry?
Yeah. Yeah, all the furries, bro. Damn with the furries. Damn with the furries. Damn, with the furries.
Well, you know what? You know what? Furries are actually a W. Actually,
How are they a W? They're a negative, bro. They're an L. The only thing is L's, bro. Wherever they go, L, bro. They literally
Nah.
ruined the hotel, and they're not even allowed back, bro.
Okay,
L,
okay.
bro.
Facts, but also that's just Rainforest. Anthrocon did a lot better.
Bro.
And guess what? They still had a lot of drugs. They just didn't get caught. Allegedly.
Bro.
Speaking
of what? Wait, how you can transition? No, how you can transition?
Aren't we still talking about Sneako?
No. There's one more thing about Sneako.
Yeah.
Yeah, he
One more
gets
thing.
fucking beat shit down, bro. He gets by this fucking.
Okay, there's this gorilla named Bradley Martin. He's a bodybuilder, really massive. I think he's like 280 pounds, which is huge. Anyways,
bro, when you called him a gorilla, I got like really nervous. Why do
you think? Why
would you get nervous? Chao, please explain.
Why are you nervous?
Don't even worry about it.
Anyway,
told you I'm the
so
most racist.
he got into, or it's like a fake boxing match, but they were just sparring, him and Sneako.
Fake boxing match, you fucking retard, bro.
Hold on, I'm gonna watch the video.
All right, so you could just tell why weight classes exist. All right.
Survive! You got this! Survive! Call it time. 20 seconds. Go! Get up!
Got absolutely zero form.
Bro, he's literally he's so much smaller than them, bro.
No. But the thing is, if you had technique, you'd probably be able to hold form against somebody who was that size but less skilled than you, right? Sneako's just a fucking dumbass. Like, look at this.
I know. Like, why is he putting himself in that situation? I guess for content, you know.
Bro, KO.
Yeah, he got KO'd.
That's wild. He went on the floor.
Right. Yeah, no, this was a really stupid decision by Sneako. Bradley Martin is probably like 2 to 2.5 times his weight. What is he doing? That was just a stupid decision on
and I
every ability.
I love how you have like people in the comments who are coping like heavyweight fighter or featherweight, and it took that many punches to knock him down. And it's like, bro. They're not going at their 100%.
And do you see how thick the boxing gloves are? I mean,
yeah,
that's dampening it by a lot. So
honestly, I feel like it would have been funnier if he just fucking took off one of the gloves and just knocked his shit like one punch.
Honestly, I think he could do it with those gloves. Just because if you look at Bradley Martin punching, it doesn't look like he has any power behind it. It just looks like all the weight that's being thrown at him is just the weight of his arms. Do you know what I mean?
I think.
Doesn't look like he's actually at full 100% capacity.
Yeah. No, he hasn't unlocked his Ultra Instinct yet.
Yeah.
Okay.
And
that's funny. All right.
Yeah, funny topic.
Now, guys.
Another funny topic.
Guys. We just had Pride Month in June. I know. All of the gay viewers of Sons of Liberty, all 0 of you, really enjoyed Pride Month, as did I. It was a very fun time, and I really can't go into detail. But what I will say is that there's one part about Pride that's really not cool, and we shouldn't be joking about it. It's a really serious topic. And that is the HIV virus. Pool's closed! If you get that, you're fucking old, but respect. Or you just watched the internet historian video like I did. Oh, well. Transition, please!
Alright, so basically, alright. So they're building a fucking AIDS memorial in fucking Palm Springs. And you wanna know what the fuck they built the memorial? Like how it looks? It looks like a fucking butthole, bro. Literally a human butthole. For AIDS, by the way. Now our question is, why the fuck are they building a fucking memorial? Like, the same thing happened in fucking New Mexico when they built a memorial or whatever monument for Breaking Bad. I was like, what the fuck is the point of these fucking monuments
Okay,
for
to be
this dumb
fair,
shit?
I have to think that AIDS is maybe a little bit more worthy of a memorial than fucking.
No, it's
Breaking
not.
Bad.
How is it? No. How is it even worth a memorial at all?
Well,
I don't see the worth.
I mean, all of the people who have complications with AIDS.
So why do they need a
what
memorial?
the fuck?
What have they done
Okay,
for
look,
Palm Springs for America to earn a memorial?
I think the problem with the memorial is that it's a butthole.
Yeah,
No, I think the
that's
problem.
that's
No, I think
very
the problem is
unfortunate.
why is there a memorial at all for this? That is my problem.
Like, I think you can make an argument. The problem is the left will never make this argument. The argument is Anthony Fauci overlooked the AIDS crisis for a very long time, and he essentially did nothing about it for the first 10 years it was known about. You can make that argument, sure, but the left is never going to make that because Anthony Fauci is their hero. Because obviously,
Fauci bad coming from Sons of Liberty. What a surprise!
Right, and I know there's a lot of people on the left that have that nuanced take that Fauci is not a very good person when it comes to his job, especially during the AIDS crisis. But
yeah,
the left,
that's how you can separate the leftists with a brain from the fucking NPCs. Is what they think about Fauci.
But they're never going to make that argument, the general left as a whole. So
no,
that's why I'm like, well, they're making this memorial for other reasons that are really not relevant to American society.
Oh, fair enough. I mean, like why now, right? Like what happened in the past, let's say 5 to 10 years in specific that warranted the memorial? Hey, fair question, right? Like I don't know either.
What warrants a memorial shaped as a butthole?
Okay, that I have to think it's coincidence, right? It has to be
no way,
unintentional. Like, okay,
nah, there's no way they make the grooves like that. Like, no, it's intentional.
That's very unfortunate. Like, I don't know. Okay, well, because the thing is, right? Like, what would they have to gain by making a joke out of AIDS? I mean, AIDS is already a joke, but like making it more of a joke, like. There's something to be said about sexually transmitted diseases in general, where it's like, if people
just don't have sex.
Okay. I'm still a virgin because I never lose. The thing is, right? Okay. If you're gonna tell me, like, hey, AIDS is not a legitimate crisis, I think I'd understand you more. Because the thing is, if you get cancer, right? Perfect foil, right? If you get cancer, it's completely out of your control, or at least it's mostly out of your control, and nobody blames people for getting cancer. But there's only so many ways you can get AIDS, right? There's only so many ways you can get HIV. There's only so many ways you can get chlamydia, herpes. It fundamentally does say something about a person's level of self-respect and responsibility. To some extent,
True.
at least. Well, because, like, responsible people wouldn't be letting that slide, I guess.
Yeah, there's always I hate to say this argument because the left doesn't like it, but there's always a preventative measure that's more effective. It's actually 100% effective, right? It's not the condom. It's not some female birth control. It's actually not any form of birth control besides abstinence that you could actually implement in your life to not get AIDS. It's true. You could actually choose your partners a little bit more wisely in society and vet them out, and you'll be safe.
Don't date like people in the LGBT community. Like all I gotta say.
Okay, well.
Okay, I think the bigger problem here is don't have sex with just random people. I think that's the whole point of this.
Hey, I mean, fair enough. So, somebody who, maybe has, like, at maximum, like, 3 partners, finds the one they're in love with, settles down, and only has sex with that one person, is significantly less at risk for contracting pretty much any sexually transmitted disease. And the thing is, that actually works for gay people too.
I know.
If they stay in their monogamous relationship and they stay, in their marriage, like they were fighting for the right to do so for all that time, right? Thing is, a lot of gay men, especially nowadays, don't do that. And that's a choice. Those choices have consequences. And you could argue that AIDS is one of those consequences. So, I obviously, sympathies go out to anybody who gets AIDS. We shouldn't be letting our moral, or our sort of judgments cloud the fact that this is a very serious disease that is, it is hurting and killing people. And that's no joke, right? But, on the other hand, there is something to be said that this whole memorial kind of seems like virtue signaling, and it's a little bit pointless. And more importantly, it is just so unfortunate. It's a butthole, bro. Like what else could it possibly be? Look at it, bro. Bro,
a donut with a very narrow.
Bro, donut like cops, like Blue Lives Matter? Nah, never. Not in Palm Springs.
Yeah, look. Obviously, the best preventative measure is abstinence.
Yeah,
we all agree.
But the thing is, that's also not terribly helpful.
Gay men don't need to be sexually promiscuous.
But like,
no, they don't
are gay
need
men
to be
more sexual and like they more horny than straight men?
I think by statistics, but
okay.
they don't have to be sexually promiscuous.
Here's the thing that you need to consider.
It's a choice.
Right? Here's the thing. There is something to be said about the gay relationship that is inherently different than the straight relationship, which is women are the gatekeepers of sex.
That's true.
And it's why, lesbians often don't have that much sex. And it's why gay men have a lot of sex, usually with a lot of different people. It's because there's no gatekeepers. And the thing is, I don't even necessarily think that's a bad thing, but the difference is you have to have a certain level of self-moderation. You have to have a certain level of responsibility, and you have to be able to vet your partners so you don't get AIDS. Or monkeypox. Remember monkeypox, guys?
Yeah, I remember when a lot of people, especially Drowsy Masato, was suggesting that monkeypox was not a sexually transmitted disease.
Oof.
And that really destroyed.
Hey! To be fair, this is not a call-out podcast.
No, it is.
It is. Get wrecked, Drowsy Masato. You're fucking.
Because he commented that in the comments, and then 5 hours later,
he commented it. Okay, never mind. I'm not defending
it. It's a literal troll, bro.
Yeah, he's living rent free in our podcast. All right,
no cap.
Rent free. That's why he's never gonna be on.
Never ever. If we ever invite, how much if we ever invite Drowsy Masato, it'll be our last episode.
No, I won't even. No, I won't show up. I won't show up.
No. You gotta show up for the last episode.
Nah, okay. Not showing up.
Hater.
He'll have a solo podcast.
Can you imagine?
We'll give him the mic and then we'll all leave for completely unrelated reasons.
Hey, that might be a great idea for April Fool's.
Oh, true. Yo. Shush. Don't tell the audience. Don't tell the audience.
Like we all show up to recording, but we're just oh, okay. You start the recording and he just does it by himself.
Yeah, and the thing is we all leave for different reasons, right? It's all gonna sound like
no. We don't even tell him leave. We don't even tell him leave. We just walk away from mics.
Oh my god! Oh, I like that. Okay. We're gonna do that, guys. We were kidding. We're kidding. We're not gonna do that. But
watch out for our April 1st podcast.
Hypothetically, tune in on April 1st, 2024. Maybe.
Hypothetically,
maybe.
Yeah.
But no, right? Nah.
No.
But maybe.
Illusion. Figment of your imagination.
Yeah.
Why would you even think that's an important date for our podcast?
What? April 1st, 2024. Oh, I hate that. I hate
we're
that.
Just scheduling, guys.
April
we know
1st,
how much you guys love the podcast
so much.
Yeah.
That's why I'm going to keep saying it repeatedly. April 1st, 2024. Ugh. April 1st, 2024. Oh. April 1st, 20.
Hurry the fuck up. Go to the next topic. I swear.
Okay.
LGBTQ plus IA.
Shut the fuck up. I'm doing this one.
Month.
I'm doing this one. Guys.
All right. Guys.
What?
Not anymore.
Wait a minute.
Wait, he's doing a funny mic, bro.
Vincent turned on the funny mic and his wife has a message for us.
Wait,
are you a Redditor and you're a Discord admin? Oh my god.
You're getting fucking muted.
I'm gonna come.
All right, let's stop because
guys, we've officially crossed 2 hours and 20 minutes. Please.
Uh-huh.
Okay.
All right. Let's yeah.
I like. Sorry, I was about to spit fire bars. Okay. Pride Month is over.
No, bro.
You're about to get kicked. I'm about to start a server war over this.
This is a serious topic, Sonny Cockeye.
Okay. What if we did Pride Month?
Oh, no.
But again. What if we did Pride Month? But again.
Joe Biden said, "Come."
God. Did I mute a soundboard? Oh, I don't even know. I don't care.
You can mute soundboard, really?
Yeah, you can.
Oh shit! How do you do it? Just so
I
for, like,
probably
future
should
reference.
have done that in the beginning, but whatever.
Wait, is that a setting you could turn on?
Yeah. You right click people. It's like mute soundboard.
Oh
Wait,
shit!
really?
Yeah.
Oh, I didn't know
What?
that. I'm gonna do that. Hold up.
Hold on.
That's
What?
very useful, sir.
That's actually. I'm gonna put that every time, bro. Oh, wait, my bad. Drives me so
Wait,
bad.
who? Okay. Okay, guys.
Yeah.
I'm just gonna cut to the chase.
Hurry the fuck up.
October is LGBT History Month.
Why?
Shut the fuck up.
Okay,
Nobody
okay.
cares.
We've actually brought this up in our previous podcast, and before then I said I fucking hate this. October is Spooky Month. It is the month of Halloween. It is the month of spook and scare. It is the month of everything orange and green and purple and black. It is all of the secondary colors. It is pumpkins. It is skeletons. It is ghost and ghoul and zombie and skeleton and Minecraft mob here. It is everything of the spook. It is spooky month.
Oh my
I am
God,
tired
I'm
of the
just-
gays taking shit from me. They took the rainbow. They took Halloween and spooky month. They took 2 entire months out of the year. 1 out of 6 months are dedicated to gay people now. 1 out of 6. It's wild. So you know what? Here's the thing, right? I'm an opportunist. I'm an opportunist gay person, right? My goal is whenever I am experiencing Pride Month, whether it be this, June or whether it's the fucking cringe October version, I don't actually want to take it seriously because that's retarded. I want to be as openly sus as possible. I am going to make everyone weirded out. At the same time, I'm also fighting social justice because, social justice warriors, right? Because what I'm doing is I'm actively making a mockery out of gayness, gay people, and gay culture. And I'm not even culturally appropriating because I am gay myself. So no matter what way you spin it, I win and everyone else loses. So guess what? This October, in 4 days, Pride Month is happening again. No more rainbows this time. It's all orange. Black and orange. We're going super straight, baby!
Yeah, super straight. You guys remember that movement?
I mean, it's already got the Halloween colors baked in, right? Like, bada bing, bada boom.
Sure.
Orange and black, right? Do you not remember the flag?
No.
Bro.
What am I fucking nerd? I don't remember all the fucking
Bro, the
flags.
whole joke about Super
Oh,
Straight
the only flag I need to know is the fucking red, white, and blue. Ah, bro.
Ah, based. USA. USA.
USA.
All right.
You are gay. You are gay. You are gay.
I am.
Ay, ay, ay,
It's true. And October is going to be all about that.
Haram!
When I introduce my new sexuality. I call
Chao,
it.
you didn't hear that?
I call it super gay.
Hey, dog, you didn't hear that?
Super gay.
Why are you super gay?
I am trans exclusionary gay.
Whoa, you're trans?
if you are
I
trans,
didn't even have a voice crack there. What the hell, man?
You did. You
I did not. What?
Go back to recording.
guys, you're kind of messing with my villain arc.
Are we?
Yeah.
I feel like you've already entered the villain arc.
Hurry the fuck up.
What I'm getting at is
whatever, man. I'm tired of Pride Month. Just do Halloween shit. I'm done. You ruined the moment, bro. You ruined the moment. It's all your fault.
Yeah, Kaiko, the fuck?
No,
Kaiko?
you, Sonny Hawkeye. It's all your fault. Fuck you.
Think so?
Kill yourself. Yeah, everything you believe about the furries, I believe about you. Just
okay.
no groups, no specifications. I'm not racist. I'm not sexist. I'm not homophobic.
That's cap.
I'm
That's
not
cap. You are
transphobic.
racist.
I
are
am not
trans.
racist. I would never be racist. I am sunnyphobic. That is what I am. I am afraid of and bigoted towards you and only you.
Okay.
It is absolutely fucking personal. And I'm already working on slurs to call you. Don't worry. They're cooking.
Just proved his point.
Anyways, let's move on since you totally ruined my fucking my megalomaniac power trip.
Wait, when?
So
Did I ask?
Colin Kaepernick, right? Like
Kaepernick, caps in his name.
All right, so the next topic is obviously a rant I have. If you're an old viewer, you'll know this rant
I'm just muting my mic. Have fun.
This guy, oh my gosh, he's a literally walking imbecile. Wait, if he misses his mic, does this still record?
Yeah, you're good, you're good.
All right, well, all right. So this guy, he called the NFL a slave trade. For those who don't remember, he had a whole documentary on how the NFL's bad, racism, slave trade, and like, because there's a lot of black people in there. And I'm like, bro, I didn't even see color. Okay, the only color I see is the color of their jerseys. All right. Anyway, so the first week of the NFL happened like 2 weeks ago, and the beloved Aaron Rodgers, which is the quarterback of the Jets, got like injured. And so Colin Kaepernick saw this as a way to like come back to the NFL after years and years of fucking being out of the NFL because it was fucking him just dogging on the NFL for no reason. Man got paid millions. What did slaves get? A home and get whipping. This guy did not get whipped. So like, he's just trying to come back, and he posted. He had his friend post this J. Cole, which is like a rapper apparently, and like, this is him trying to say, "Oh, you should have me on the prize squad, to help you out." In my head, I'm like, "Why are you trying to come back?" It's like me punching the shit out of Kaika and like leaving Seoul, and then like a couple years later, be like, "Oh, guys, please have me back, please, please." I'm like, "What's the point? You tarnish the NFL's like reputation over
Image.
some money." What'd you say?
Yeah.
Looking balls.
He tarnished the image.
I don't know. I just don't understand this guy. Like every time I think of it, it makes my blood boil. Like you're a mid, you're carried by your defense and your stars on the offense. You're literally not even that good.
Yeah. I mean, I don't know because I don't really follow football, but Colin Kaepernick is such a weird individual just because well, weird's not the right word, but I dislike him severely. That's what I would say. Colin Kaepernick, you're a bozo.
I don't know. I just don't understand his thought process. Like he bashed the NFL, called him a slave trade, did all this stuff, and the NFL even paid him to stop talking about it. Gave him roughly $10 million, and the documentary is still on Netflix for those who want to watch. And yet still he keeps trying to crawl back after all these years. Like, just stop it, bro. You're embarrassing yourself. No one likes you. None of the owners want your controversy. You're literally a distraction to the team. Like, how does he not understand that? Like, go play in the USFL or the XFL, another like football league that's not the NFL.
I mean, he lives in the greatest country ever created, that ever exists, and he's complaining like this. So,
I don't know, it's not, and he didn't even grow up in a bad like environment. He was adopted and he was raised by two like middle class individuals, that gave him a good life, gave him a life that he can go after football and not worry about the financial aspect of it.
Mm.
And he even bashed his own parents in the documentary for no reason. The parents that gave him an opportunity.
Yeah, fuck him.
Fuck this guy. Man, fuck the fat King Chao. Fucking muted himself like bitch. I'm joking. All love here. All love here. And Son's Liberty.
Speaking of the next topic.
That's a school shooting?
Yeah, school shooting. School shooting.
Isn't this Chao's topic?
Oh, what?
Is this Chao's topic?
She just got back from sucking cock. Give him a sec.
Oh,
He's to regain his
shit.
fucking
Oh, shit.
Tasty. Okay.
Wait, whoa. What?
What's the next topic?
Oh, there's no more topics.
No,
I think the bonus topic was IshowMeat.
No, I think there was another topic. I think.
Oh yeah, the IshowMeat one.
No,
Yeah.
not IshowMeat. Not IshowMeat. There was another topic that we.
What topic?
We didn't cover.
What topic?
We should cover it.
What topic?
You should put it back.
What topic? I don't see topic.
Well,
Anyways, guys,
this episode's pretty long as it is, so whatever.
Damn.
Oh wait, no. There you go.
Thank you.
Making Chao depressed,
so, guys.
Yeah.
This is
What's his
old news. So nobody complain to us for the old topic. If you do, you're getting Shadow Man. Just kidding. We love and support your opinion or whatever. Here's the thing, right? About, I don't know if we covered this in a previous episode. I don't think we did, but basically, I'm just gonna like sort of speed through this because I want to get to like the juicy stuff, which is the update. But there was a kid who walked into school with a bunch of patches in his backpack, and one of those patches happened to be the libertarian flag, otherwise known as the Gadsden flag, which was its original name and its original purpose. It's the one with the snake. You know what I'm talking about. Conservatives fly it. Libertarians fly. Anyone who's trying to be like edgy right wing, not like the Confederate flag where it's like, I like slaves, or it's the Nazi flag where it's like, oh, the Nazis were good actually. Libertarian flag is distinctly, it's pro-American, it's pro-liberty, it's pro like freedom is good, right? And so, it's kind of antithetical to both of those ideas inherently because freedom is antithetical to slavery and it is antithetical to totalitarianism, right? So I don't know how anyone would really find this flag to be racist unless they were doing a smear campaign. Hence this whole situation. This kid was walking into school with the Gadsden flag, and teachers had a problem with it, and they had a parent-teacher conference, and it was basically like the teachers were basically mauling over the fact that this kid had the flag like as like a patch on his backpack, and the teacher ordered him to take it off because I believe it was a political symbol, and the teacher wasn't cool with kids showing political symbols in class, which is hypocritical because the class had multiple pride flags and other sort of like LGBT, I guess, content, which is inherently political and was being used politically. So, that's just incorrect. That was a hypocritical use of the context. And the teachers were literally just not allowing the kid to have the Gadsden flag patch because they disagree with what the Gadsden flag stood for, or more specifically, they disagree with what they thought the Gadsden flag stood for, which was racism, which was colonialism, fucking somehow, which was, all the leftist buzzwords, fascism, white supremacy, because fascism is one freedom.
Yikes.
Yeah. But that's all old news. The new stuff actually, this is an article from the Daily Mail. I have to turn off ad blocker because they're fucking bloodsuckers. Yeah, I know. Fuck off. Oh, this happened in Colorado, by the way. No surprise. But yeah, so the reason why like his mom was okay with it was because it was a historical symbol. It is a historical symbol. It was, I believe, the first American flag, or if it wasn't the first American flag, it was one of the first proposals for the American flag. It was created in, I believe, in 1776. Could be, give or take. I'm not citing the source on this one, but basically, all of this is to build, mid 1770s, during the American Revolution, right? So, the reason why I bring it up today is because this story has gotten an update, and this is the benefit of being late. Right. So yeah. Okay. So the teacher originally said that it was disruptive to classroom environment. But the school has overruled the teacher's decision. And it actually turned into a little bit of a micro-political movement. A lot of this kid's classmates were hyping him up, and they were putting "Don't tread on me" on their lockers in their school. I presume in solidarity with the Gadsden Flag Kid. And of course, the reason why that's relevant is because on the Gadsden flag, and this is one of the, I'd say, few relevant examples of American flags with text, the flag clearly writes, "Don't tread on me." And that's what the Gadsden flag means, of course. It's "Don't tread on me." It's a rattlesnake. That sort of, that image of, you don't fuck with me and I'll leave you alone, right? That's the sort of core libertarian principle of leaving people alone, letting them, do what they want with their lives. But of course, these are authoritarians, so, they're not cool with letting people left alone, and so they have to intervene and force the progressive agenda on the youth, because this is academia. That's just what it's for, I guess. Anyways, so the kid Jaden spoke out and was, sort of, I guess, broadcasted on Twitter/X, and I actually have the clip right here.
Very long. Oh no, that's the article.
Yeah, no.
That's the Twitter clip. Very long.
Very long
right.
URL. But yeah, so this is the this is the thing.
Hey guys, today was a good day, kind of. When I got to school, the kids were really hyped up because they saw me on Twitter, and kids are putting "Don't tread on me" on their locker. Well, at least my new made friends, because I'm big on Twitter, and now they like me all of a sudden. But the teachers, on the other hand, I got some dirty looks, that's for sure. They're definitely not happy with me. But other than that, it was pretty good. I was on the Charlie Kirk show, and Ben Shapiro had me. It was a really good day, in my opinion. Well, have a good day, y'all.
Very well-spoken child.
Yeah. And he said he was on with Ben Shapiro?
Yeah, he was. I remember watching it.
Well, there you go. So this is sort of a conclusionary marker on this little cultural blip. The kids are all right. They're gonna turn out all right,
Nice.
Well, most of them, hopefully. There's certainly an argument to be made that progressives do not remember what it was like to be a child, even though they seem to be in perpetual adolescence in their adult lives. But the thing is about being a kid, especially that kind of kid, like sort of early teens, preteens, is there's a certain level of rebelliousness that is just inherent. And if progressivism demands on being the establishment, demands on being the culture, then the youth will always turn to counterculture. And right now, the counterculture is rightist politics, specifically individualist, libertarian rightist politics that goes against the economic and cultural narratives that leftist subverters have tried to implant into American society.
Yeah.
But yeah.
I think one of the problems with this this whole thing is there's two problems with the teachers. Either A, they associate this flag with conservatives, which is wrong. Or number two, they're cynical.
It's not entirely wrong. You know, the what's this called? The Gadsden flag was present at the January 6th protests, and that was being used in a more conservative context rather than a purely libertarian one. But ultimately, the idea of the flag is the same.
I still think it's wrong that you associate it with conservatives, but that's beyond me. Or number two, they're being cynical, and because they associate it with conservatives, they have this take where they want it gone. And so maybe I didn't clarify on the first point, but the first point was they're just clueless, which is kind of bad because they're teachers and they should know a little bit more about the history of the United States. Or number two, they're cynical, which is also bad, but I don't know which one is equally, or which one's worse. That's the question. Is the one where you're cynical worse, or is the one where you don't know what you're talking about worse, considering you're a teacher?
Mm-hmm.
Right, so there's two sides of this coin. Speaking of school, no, that's a bad transition.
Bro.
Why?
Our last topic for the day. It's finally over. This is going to be a long one.
Let me see if I can find a clip without the
No. I'm being cocked out, bro.
Let him cook. I say
think I
let
found
him
one.
cook.
I'm looking at this. This shit's so funny.
Oh, Chica, I miss you. I'm about to fuck you, Chica. Oh, shit, his dick up in you, baby.
What happened to you?
Oh, my God.
You look awful.
Oh, my God.
FNAF room was pretty mid, honestly.
Wait, what?
I said FNAF room was pretty mid.
Oh, I thought you said something else.
Security-based room?
In terms of like the scare factor?
A lot of things.
Yeah, he obviously is exaggerating for the content. But look, a lot of people were.
Were you good?
Wait, what?
Like you were talking and I kind of hit you.
Oh yeah, it's because I thought you were watching it. That's why.
I watched it.
Okay, so obviously he's exaggerating for the content. We all get that, right? I think that's pretty obvious at this point. Now the question is, should IShowSpeed be banned from YouTube? I'm honestly undecided, since this guy was wearing no underwear. His pants were very loose.
I don't.
And he showed his meat to thousands of children.
Yeah, that's bad, but it was clearly an accident.
It was clearly,
and also isn't Speed a kid himself?
No, he's 18.
Oh, he's 18 now? Well,
yeah.
I mean, but I remember in a previous controversy he was like 17 or 16.
Yeah, he just turned 18. I don't know if that really exactly matters at this point. You know, it obviously matters if you're gonna save or download the video, because then you're in possession of child pornography.
Well, yeah.
But you know, I don't think it really matters in if he should be banned or not due to his actions.
Right.
Yeah. I'm on the fence with this one. Don't really know. I need some more time to think about it, which is
fair enough.
Yeah.
Personally, I don't think so.
Yeah, I'm leaning towards no, but just because the standard that it would create would be not very good.
Oh well, yeah.
Yeah.
Well,
so,
I think we all agree this cannot become a standard. Absolutely not. This has to be an isolated incident.
Yeah. Yeah. Sonny Cockeye, what's your opinion, sir?
My opinion is that oh no, I feel like I'm also on the fence because he shows meat in front of kids. And why does he have pants off while streaming, like in front of kids?
Yeah.
And why is he hard?
That's also true. I forgot I mentioned that. Why is his dick hard? That's
bro,
a great question.
Bro. Chica a baddie. Not gonna...
What?
I get it.
I go Ethan.
I feel like he should be suspended.
Yeah, no, there should have been at least a suspension for sure.
I maybe like a strike on his channel. That makes sense.
Yeah.
But not like 3 strikes are out.
Yeah. Ban is a little too much. Just a little bit. Like it's almost there though. All right, let's go. Is that the last topic, boys?
It's finally over.
Finally, how long was the recording?
Almost 3 hours, probably.
2 hours and 47 minutes, just short.
Yeah. All right, that's gonna be interesting to edit.
Yeah, this is gonna be hell.
Well,
we might have to end up splitting the video in half. I don't know.
No, I'll have a free day on Friday, so it's fine.
All right, whatever.
Yeah, I will finish it. Don't worry. I'll finish it before the weekend ends.
All right.
He has to clarify and
of course. Okay, guys.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Your host with the most.
God.
Shut the fuck up, you gay fuck, bro.
You love men so much. I don't know how it's possible to like penis as much. Like it's obsessive, really. Like you just go into a backyard and you're just like, you know. Like,
he sounds like the glizzy goblin guy, bro.
Bro, that's gonna be a fucking TikTok short, bro. You are stupid.
But this guy's an NPC, bro. He's an NPC.
Yeah. I'm the only real one. You guys are NPCs.
You're hilarious.
Hey, guys. Thank you all for watching. It's been a rough ride, but we hope you enjoyed the chaos and the madness as it decays your brain. I've been King Chao. Season 2 is never coming out.
We know it does come out, you. Just not out your room.
I'm done.
Yep.
I'm done. Say your shit.
I like Destiny 2. I like Destiny 2 a lot. Destiny 2 is my favorite game. Did I mention I like Destiny 2?
Really? You haven't played in a week, bro. You haven't played in weeks.
I played like yesterday.
No, you didn't.
I did.
Wait, so you played yesterday and didn't invite any of the homies? Wow.
I played yesterday to buy something.
Bro, you were jerking off and didn't invite all the homies? Bro, no.
Bro, no way.
No. Alright, end that fucking episode. I'm your host with the most. Bye bye.
Yeah, Sunny Hawkeye. Really? You're just not gonna give any of a shit? Okay.
Any shit? What? We're going almost 3 hours.
Hey guys, I have a little secret for you. I was actually the racist the whole time.
Worry about leaving a better planet for our kids. How about leaving better kids for our planet? Entire generation offended at everything, getting mad that a human thinks all lives matter. We don't need black or white or left or right. What we need is common sense. We need balance. We're all in the same boat. Why you trying to make holes? If they sink, we sink. This is madness.